have really improved lately, and I have a few ideas to help you find the vehicle of your dreams. I'm Jim Token, president of Adam, the Auto Dealers Association of Metro Milwaukee. The first step to getting that car of your dreams is to visit any of the 115 Adam member dealerships, where you can see their selection in person and take test drives. You can also find out about the new cars they have on order and reserve the one you want. Or if you really want to get the exact car you're dreaming of, they can order it for you. It might take a few weeks for delivery, but hey, wouldn't it be nice to have the perfect vehicle built just for you? This is your chance. Plus, if you're thinking of trading in your current car or ending your lease early, you'll be amazed at what dealers are offering. And if you prefer to handle the negotiations and paperwork remotely, no problem. Most Adam dealers will even bring cars to you for test drives. So don't wait. Start your search now. Find an Adam member dealer near you at adamm.com.
When you're due for tire service, visit richlawns.com for the location nearest you.
We'll give you a free flat tire repair on every tire we install. No questions asked. I'm Brett Matchke with Rich Lawns. You're due for service.
Rich Lawns.
My USPS Ground Advantage package just left the warehouse. I get all the updates. Stay in the know with USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit usps.com/in-the-know.
Your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
6 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Monday, March 3rd, our top story, Milwaukee classes moved miles away.
I'm Erik Bilstad. A possible Kansas connection to 2 deaths in Waukesha County.
I'm Debbie Lazagon. Northbound 894. Looks like we've got a broken down vehicle with the left lane blocked right about at Lincoln Avenue. So just be extra careful if you're heading through that area. The rest of the system is actually looking pretty quiet. I'm Debbie Lazagon with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Going to get wet this week. Now today, partly to mostly cloudy with just some isolated showers and a breezy high of 45 degrees. Scattered showers and mild temps overnight, low down to 40. Rain moves in earnest Tuesday. We'll get you your 5-day forecast coming up in a few minutes. First from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, students and staff at a Milwaukee elementary school begin their week at a new building due to high lead levels at Trowbridge Elementary. WTMJ's Adam Roberts is live in the Breaking News Center.
Yes, Vince, that voluntary closure of Trowbridge, the latest chapter in ongoing investigations into unsafe levels of lead found in multiple MPS schools over the past 2 months. But Commissioner of the Milwaukee Health Department, Mike Todoritis, says the presence of lead after previous cleaning efforts is what makes the Trowbridge situation different.
We found lead hazards on top of remediated surfaces and the unsafe lead work that we observed. We flagged those and, made this plan to do the voluntary closure.
Cleaning efforts at Trowbridge began over the weekend. While they continue, students and staff will relocate to Wisconsin Conservatory of Lifelong Learning downtown. It's unclear when Trowbridge School could reopen.
A Milwaukee Common Council Committee, meanwhile, will vote today on a resolution to return school resource officers to MPS buildings. The Judiciary and Legislation Committee's special meeting comes after a Milwaukee County judge found the city in contempt over their noncompliance on the issue last week. If passed today, that resolution would go before the full Common Council during its meeting on Tuesday. The mayor, by the way, also giving his State of the City address today.
At least 3 people hurt after shooting overnight in Milwaukee's River West and Harambe neighborhoods. Dozens of evidence markers on scene at Holton and Center. Police reporting the victims are all in their 20s, include 2 men and a woman. Nobody in custody.
A welfare check in Waukesha County turns into a death investigation.
Waukesha County Sheriff's deputies were called to a home near Cedar Hills Drive Friday morning, where they found 1 person dead and other family members missing. On Saturday, they said a second person was found dead in the home and that a person of interest is now in custody on separate charges. Meanwhile, in Kansas over the weekend, Waukene Police Department said they arrested a Wisconsin juvenile as a person of interest in a double homicide. The juvenile is awaiting extradition back to Wisconsin. Waukene police have not said if the arrest is related to the Waukesha death investigation. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Oak Creek police asking for help finding a missing teenager. She's 13 years old. Her name is Lillian Asala. Last seen about 4:30 Saturday afternoon near Pennsylvania and East Forest Hill Avenues. Asala described as a white female, 5'5", about 140 pounds, blonde hair and braces. Last seen wearing a black winter coat. blue jeans and Nike shoes. You can see photos of her on our website, WTMJ.com.
Protests have popped up in areas of the country against Elon Musk over the federal spending cuts by the Department of Government Efficiency are leading to new national security concerns. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio.
ABC News has learned of concerns within the intelligence community that foreign adversaries, including Russia and China, could target thousands of federal workers for recruitment. Meanwhile, crowds protesting Musk targeted his Tesla dealerships this weekend. And in Kansas, a Republican senator ended his town hall early as constituents demanded answers about job cuts affecting veterans.
Meanwhile, workers at NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, holding protests across the country today over the recent firings.
Last week, 600 employees of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, known as NOAA, were fired as part of the Trump administration's goal to trim the size and budget of the federal government. NOAA is home to over a dozen offices, including Marine and Fisheries, Oceans, and the National Weather Service, which is vital to weather forecasting and warnings. Protests over the firings are planned at NOAA offices across the country today. Tracy Wolf, CBS News, New York.
European leaders are rallying around Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky after his shouting match with President Trump in the Oval Office on Friday. The French President Emmanuel Macron says the latest plan for a ceasefire includes a one-month truce. Prime Minister Keir Starmer.
We agreed that leaders will meet again very soon to keep the pace behind these actions and to keep working towards this shared plan. We are at a crossroads in history.
France and the UK are pledging over the weekend to work with Ukraine on a plan.
Coming up, fires spreading across the Carolinas. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:05.
Plug into powerful savings with CeroWire products at Menards. CeroWire is an American-owned leading manufacturer of building wire for residential, commercial, and industrial applications. Menards stocks convenient, pre-cut lengths of wire and cable products for all of your indoor and outdoor projects. Hurry in now and save big money on CeroWire at Menards. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
For people with disabilities, an opportunity can make all the difference. Get help navigating the transition into adulthood, employment, housing, healthcare, and more with Thinkability Wisconsin, a resource hub that empowers people with disabilities.
So this job makes me feel very confident. My goal is always to grow myself and learn new things.
Live life to the fullest. It all starts when you say yes. Contact a Thinkability Navigator to get help at thinkabilitywi.org.
Are you sick of not being your bank's top priority? We are too. At Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. We're proud to be your one true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. That's right in your backyard. Whether you're opening your first account, buying a home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have tailored solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank at Wintrust.com. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp Banks, member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Celebrate a birthday, anniversary, or retirement this week with a free dinner at the historic Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill. Buy one dinner, get one free, 7 nights a week. Google Fox and Hounds restaurant and enjoy your free dinner.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:07.
Could the Packers general manager be ready to do business a bit differently this offseason? Sports coming up at 6:15.
Speaking of the Packers, cracking down on reselling Packers tickets now at Lambeau. The Packers are enforcing their non-renewal policy to make sure season tickets are used as intended, not sold for profit. So they won't be renewing season tickets for accounts that have sold 100% of their regular season tickets for multiple years. So if you've just been making cash, all of them.
It's one thing to sell a game or two, right? To help
maybe
you recoup some of the cost, or maybe you can't go. But if you're just selling all your tickets every year.
All the time. Aaron Popke with the Packers tells our partners at NBC 26.
By doing this and expanding our reach to our season ticket base and bringing more season ticket holders on, we know there's going to be more Packers fans in the stands. So that's something we want to be focused on.
So season tickets not renewed through this process will be offered to the Packers wait list, which now has about 150,000 names.
Oh, you're right around the corner. Sign up now. A wildfire emergency in the Carolinas. ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
Firefighters battling at least 175 wildfires across South and North Carolina, prompting evacuation orders in both states. One of the biggest fires threatening communities near Myrtle Beach. South Carolina National Guard deploying 2 Black Hawk helicopters to help fight the flames. After doubling in size over the weekend, the fire near Myrtle Beach was 30% contained overnight, allowing some residents to return.
Dry conditions expected to remain today before some much-needed rain tomorrow and Wednesday.
An Oscar night for first-timers, both for the host and most of the winners.
The major awards of the night taking center stage. Best Supporting Actor.
Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain.
Best Supporting Actress.
Zoe Saldana.
Best Actress.
Mikey Madison.
Best Actor.
Adrian Brody. Acting is a very
And Best Picture.
Honora.
Long live independent film.
From the red carpet at the Oscars, Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Hollywood.
The only one I felt really bad about is the Brody winning over Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet did Bob Dylan, spent 5 years crafting that role, and don't forget there was controversy over Brody because of that whole AI thing, but whatever.
The
I slept well either way.
You're okay? You're going to be all right today? We're going to break it down. We've got Matt Miller coming in to kind of go through the winners and the not winners.
Yeah.
You don't want to call them losers. An honor just to be nominated, as they say. 6:10 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Get 0% interest for up to 6 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years. You go from changing diapers to dropping your child off at school. College? You can get a bachelor's and a master's degree. And you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella Windows and Doors at 0% interest. Hi, it's Gina Della from Pella. With Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, you get so much more than stunning windows and doors. You get the Pella experience. Talk about quality control. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. A 10-year labor warranty is always included, so your windows and doors are secure for years to come. Our expert installers are available year-round and can install in as little as a day. If something ever goes wrong, Pella will handle it ASAP because you work with the same team from start to finish. Oh my gosh, why wait? Get the Pella experience and this incredible deal. 0% interest for up to 6 years on brand new Pella windows and doors. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 3/8/25.
Checking in with Debbie here at 11 minutes after 6.
Yeah, we've got actually a pretty good ride shaping up right now. We do have an issue on northbound 894 at Lincoln. Off on the left shoulder, a broken down vehicle. It was in traffic for a little bit there, but they were able to move it out of traffic. Also on the ramp from Drexel to northbound 94, looks like we might have another disabled vehicle that might be blocking at least one of the lanes on the ramp there. So just something to keep in mind. Rest of the system looking pretty good. Got light volume already. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mainly dry for today, but the ice said chance for a rain shower. Mild temperatures with highs in the mid-40s for this afternoon. Tonight, cloudy skies, a chance for some scattered rain showers. Temperatures drop near 40. We'll look at on and off rain throughout the day on Tuesday. A steady rain by late in the day into Tuesday night. High temperatures will be mid to upper 40s. Wednesday, we'll see some additional rain showers switching over to some snow showers later in the day as temperatures fall from the 40s in the morning into the 30s in the afternoon. More sunshine is back on Thursday with high temperatures near 40, and then the chance for snow and mixture on Friday with high temperatures in the 30s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
31 degrees in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Erik Bilstad.
This morning, hundreds of Milwaukee families will begin taking their children to a new school just for now.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Trowbridge Elementary in Bayview temporarily shifting some 245 students, about 40 staff, to a school building near downtown while health officials continue to clean up and assess whether that cleanup has been successful in removing lead dust hazards.
In the car, yeah, it's going to have to be another 10 minutes plus earlier in the morning to make it happen. I think most of the parents are also concerned with we don't have a timeline yet
we'll take it one day at a time. I haven't heard an estimate on how long the work is going to take.
Well, I can help with that. Those parents talking with TMJ4's Mary Jo Ola, they just got the news Thursday night. Trowbridge, where their kids go to school, was to undergo a deep clean over the weekend, with health officials doing additional testing this week. Earliest possible reopening later this week. For now, they're kind of just figuring out ways to get their kids to and from downtown for school. Those students who normally take the bus, fingers crossed, the buses figure everything out this morning.
Right.
Tough spot.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you do and how much learning will be done, at least in the first day or two.
And there's that. My wife was a teacher for many years, and she goes, for those those classroom teachers, like, especially when you're talking about elementary school, like, how do they move their stuff, their bulletin boards, their little things, where your name cards go for, like, that's important to young kids. How do they do that? Or do they bother doing any of that? Because you might be back at Trowbridge later this week, early next. I mean, that's the plan, to get them back in their school building in Bayview. Meanwhile, also today, you have to think he addresses it. Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson has his annual State of the City address that's coming up just hours from now. Now, the mayor doesn't run MPS, but he leads the city. And in that regard, coming off a pretty tough week where the city got beat up in court, held in contempt by a judge for not facilitating the placement of the school resource officers.
You think he'll bring up the SRO stuff?
You have to, right? Otherwise, there's that big old elephant in the corner of the room that nobody's talking about.
Right.
Like, you have to address these MPS issues. And you have multiple schools, as Adam said on the top of the hour news, that are dealing with this lead situation so grave, they're urging parents to test their kids for lead poisoning. So the mayor's speech set for 9 o'clock this morning. That will be at the Baird Center downtown. 6:15 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Tax tips are up next. They're brought to you by the Neal Group. For less stress with the IRS, visit nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net for a free consultation.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA and founder of the Neal Group. Tax tip number 1. Make sure you report all your income when you file in your return. By law, you need to report all income you receive, even if you don't get a W-2 or 1099. Look at last year's return to see if anything changed. Don't be in a rush to file. You don't want to get a letter from the IRS because you forgot to report a stock sale and they say you owe $10,000. In reality, you may have sold that stock at a loss and will get a refund by amending your return. Why raise your blood pressure and have the headache of correcting your return? Do it right the first time. For more information on this tip and other tax tips, go to nealgroup.net or stop in and see us.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. I have a question for you business owners. How do your books look? Are they ready for your tax return to be prepared? Did you and your accountant talk during the year and develop a plan to minimize your tax bill? Or does this sound like you? You can never get a hold of your CPA. Phone calls are not returned and questions are never answered. Your books are a mess and the bank account hasn't been reconciled since last year. You don't get any advice to help you run your business. That's not the case with the Neal Group. We are advocates and partners with our clients to help them grow. We like to work with you throughout the year to keep your books up to date so you run your business profitably. Are you ready to grow your business, improve cash flow, have less stress, and live a better life? We can help. Call us at 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net to book a meeting and see if we can help. The first meeting is free. Don't wait, do it now. That's 414-325-2040 or nealgroup.net.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Brewers outfielder Sal Frelick starting to get warmed up in Arizona.
And he hits this one, the air out to left. Wynn's going to push this one back onto the warning track. Quan looking up. Bye-bye baseball. Sal Frelick goes deep, and the Brewers on the board. It's a 4-2 Cleveland lead.
Yeah, Frelick goes 3 for 3 with that home run. 3 runs, 3 RBIs as the Brewers and Guardians. This is a perfect spring training Sunday for you. The Brewers and Guardians tied 12-12.
Great. Fine. Doesn't matter who wins. So
just hit a lot of stuff, right? Tyler Black, one of the Brewers prospects, returned to the lineup, or actually finally got in. He'd been banged up, had a bad back. He went 0 for 3. We do have baseball under the lights tonight. Right here on WTMJ. So Brewers and Reds live from Arizona. Our coverage starts at 7 o'clock. Aaron Ashby back on the hill. Everyone's keeping an eye on him, seeing if he can get it under control. The numbers haven't been the best.
Hit a couple guys last time out.
Yes. And also Christian Yelich made his return over the weekend. We'll hear from him at 6:45.
Trade rumors bubbling to the surface surrounding our Green Bay Packers. Teams can begin making deals next week. Packers reportedly interested in DK Metcalf for whatever that's worth. Well, what about, could be just, what about this guy?
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks. I've been reading that to get him, they'd likely have to trade our first-round pick in this draft, which, by the way, the Packers host in Green Bay. ESPN reporter Rob Domofsky out of Green Bay suggesting it's not how the Packers usually do business, but
it would be out of character, big surprise. But as he said in his wrap-up press conference, it's time we start competing for championships. And, maybe he feels like he's got to adjust his philosophy a little bit too.
And Domofsky joining ESPN Wisconsin's Willie and Tausch on Friday. The NFL official opening for teams to initiate trades and such is next week, Wednesday. Women's hockey, Wisconsin moves on to the WCHA final face-off this weekend after beating Bemidji State in 2 straight. The Badgers won on Saturday 11-0. You know how hard it is to score 11 goals in hockey?
They keep playing Bemidji State and this poor team.
Jeez, again with Wisconsin, right? Next up for the Lady Badgers, they have Minnesota Duluth on Friday. Badger basketball, Wisconsin at Minnesota on Wednesday night after falling to the Spartans of Michigan State. 71-62 the final in East Lansing on Sunday afternoon. Badger Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is here for you, bringing you the latest headlines with John McCure.
He said people would be fired if they didn't submit this email. Is that going to happen?
And diving into the details with Julia Fellow.
And Patel and Gabbard are telling their workers, their government workers, don't reply to this email.
Tune in to Wisconsin's afternoon news, where your day's story unfolds. Weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m., only here on WTMJ.
You're tired of looking at your tired old garage door? First Door, it makes the biggest impression. We have a great opportunity for you to transform the look of your home. Lifetime Door Company is giving you a chance to win a free garage door, plus the free installation. You text GARAGE to WTMJ's talk and text line, 855-616-1620. All you got to do is take a picture of your garage door or get creative. Tell us a little bit of a story about why you need one so badly. Register to win, and you can pick the door of your dreams, valued at up to $8,000. Text GARAGE to the WTMJ talk and text line, 855-616-1620. Full contest rules on our website at WTMJ.com.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They treated me like family.
They're actually people that you can depend on.
They made me feel seen. They really treated me like I was a part of their family, a part of their team.
They ask how you're doing, how you're feeling.
They're just so welcoming and so sweet and kind.
It's like family, caring about another member of the family.
If you've been injured, it costs you nothing to see if Gruber Law Offices can help.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I at least like to think I'm an expert when it comes to football, but I know Excel are truly experts when it comes to the art of deck building. With the finest materials and products combined with their superior craftsmanship, they'll deliver exceptional quality and value on everything from backyard decks to pergolas and outdoor kitchens. If you can dream it, Rob and his family can build it. Family-owned Excel Custom Decks delivers decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com to learn more.
At 6:21, how's the morning drive, Deb?
Looking pretty good right now, Vince. We got a pretty much clear ride across the entire area. No major incidents, and volume is super light at the moment, so we're looking really good. That's your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, partly to mostly cloudy today with some isolated showers, high 45. Some scattered showers tonight, low down to 40. And then a bunch of rain is moving in. Tuesday, scattered rain, isolated thunder possible. Then steady rain coming late on Tuesday with a high of 47 degrees. Rain perhaps transitioning to snow with some minor slushy accumulation on Wednesday. High temperature of 46 degrees, but temperatures falling in the afternoon and evening. Right now at 32 in Milwaukee. 6:22 on Wisconsin's morning news. Everything go well for you this weekend? You had the big T1D fundraiser.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was fantastic. I think it went all right. I mean, we did pretty well.
Welcome to the Breakthrough T1D Wisconsin One Night, One Mission Gala 2025.
There you go. So that was me starting off.
Right, great starty. A lot of energy. Good.
I did mention
you were the master of ceremonies.
Yes, I was the MC at the T1D Type 1 Diabetes Gala, which was at the Italian Community Center. I mentioned you, dropped your name
I
once.
work on Wisconsin's Morning News with a buddy named Vince Vitrano. Yeah. All right, we got one. Yes. Tell your friends, please. Tell my boss, she's right there, so please.
Huge reaction. Oof.
Yeah.
They must just have been finishing the dessert.
It was so Monty Python.
Very busy.
They
All
were
right.
clearly eating at that moment. So it was awesome. The goal was at this gala to raise $1.4 million at these three. So they're all at the same time. There's one in Milwaukee, there's another one in Appleton, and then one in Madison. So all three for Wisconsin Type 1 diabetics and all that. And we wanted to raise 1.4. We raised $2.14 million. Just
in a night?
Yes, just blew it out of the water. It was so awesome. We had 500 people there. Paul Bartolotta was on stage for a half a minute messing around. So it was just a great night. It met so many great people and great kids.
Oh, that's great. Congrats.
Yeah,
Right,
very proud
the
of
MC notwithstanding. We did well.
I was going to
right?
say, it really had nothing to do with me. I just was there. But yes, it was a great event.
I went to an interesting party this weekend.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be fun for all the women of Curves and some of my close friends to come here and have a bra voyage party.
Say that again?
Bra voyage party.
So they're throwing away the bras,
so
or what are they doing?
So let me tell you, how do you get invited to that? So a woman from Sheboygan County, she won an international contest. Her name is Tiffin Wyckoff. She designed a decorative bra in a contest sponsored by Curves, the fitness club tailored to women. It was a fundraiser for the Olivia Newton-John Foundation. It's focused on alternative treatments for breast cancer. She passed away a couple of years ago from the disease.
Okay.
Battled for decades with breast cancer. So this lady, Tiffin, she goes to Curves in Sheboygan Falls, and she won.
Then I want a trip for 5 days to California, and then I will have lunch with Olivia Newton-John's husband, and then present the bra that's already out there to the Olivia Newton-John Foundation. So.
Are you supposed to wear it, or?
No, it won't fit. I won't say which way.
You know what I mean? Can you tell she's a pretty fun lady to talk to?
I guess so. Yeah.
So she had this party in Sheboygan on Saturday. My wife and her sister run the Curves locations in Sheboygan Falls and in Oak Creek. So that's how I got invited to this. See, my sister-in-law, Deanna, she helped raise the money at her location and then get Tiffin entered into this contest. There were two winners globally. Our contest was North America, so U.S. and Canada. And of all the people at all the Curves who entered the contest, she won. And Greg Pancake Hill, who produces the program, has put up some pictures that I've got of the bra that she designed. It's a pink bra, and it's got some sparklies on it and some other stuff.
So it's on the live stream right now. You can
see my wife and her sister there. And Tiffin. So pretty cool contest. And again, they raised a whole bunch of money. And so she's going to go out there to California next week. Tiffin says she really enjoys crafting and just kind of put everything into this design.
I love doing this stuff. It makes me happy.
Did you have a feeling when you looked at how it turned out that this actually might be a winner here?
I did, but I was afraid because I didn't want to get my hopes up, but I was like, awesome. I was just, when I walked into Curves in Sheboygan Falls, they're like, wow, So yeah, I was thrilled how it turned out.
You know my other favorite part about this?
It's not silly looking. You know what I mean? It looks professionally created. I don't know how to describe
it. It's not meant to be worn.
I mean, you could though.
One could, yes, I suppose. My favorite part about this too is all her friends in and around the Curves at Sheboygan Falls have now brought things because she wants to present Olivia Newton-John's husband or whoever else is there with gifts from Wisconsin, which is so us, right? What would we do? She's not asked to do that, but they're like, you should bring them some stuff.
With some cheese,
so they
maybe.
have all kinds of stuff that they're giving to her to take out to California and present at this thing. She's leaving for California next week. It is 6:27. And news about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed Friday more than 600 points to 43,841. The NASDAQ was up just over 300 points to 18,847. And the S&P 500 up more than 1.5% in trading on Friday to 59.55. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Vince Vitrano here, talking with Connect Chiropractic's Dr. Alex Young about not only my care, but Doc, you brought one of your original first-time ever patients.
Yeah, I have Neil with us today. He actually came to us back in 2020 when we first opened.
You are the first, Neil, or in a class of the first?
First, yeah.
First ever.
One of the first, but yes.
What brought you in to see Connect Chiropractic?
I actually was at the home improvement show with my sons, and they had a booth there, and my kids were making fun of me because I always neck problems. And so I did the test that they do, and it showed that I confirmed the
Yes.
issues I was having. So then I made an appointment, scheduled the visit, and it seemed like a logical fit for me.
And still a patient now, and now you've convinced your wife to go as well. Sharon, can I ask you, because what was anything in particular bothering you when Neil made you go see Dr. Alex?
I didn't have anything in particular. I did the scans like Neil did, and I saw where I was off. And then a couple months later, my first follow-up appointment, after being adjusted, I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy how it changed.
And what other benefits have you felt since going?
I sleep better.
Mm-hmm. I hear that a lot.
I think that we as a family are more healthy. We don't get sick. I should knock on wood for that, but we don't get sick. We just feel better all around.
Doc, that's one of the things that I hear from a lot of people who are my fellow patients at Connect Chiropractic. Didn't even necessarily know what else was bothering them until it started to feel better.
Yeah, a lot of people come to us with one concern, whether it's neck pain or back pain, and then as we start getting them adjusted, they see all these other things start going away. Their knee pain, their shoulder pain, they're sleeping better, their stomach's not bothering them as much. It's really cool to be able to see all those effects happen. A lot of times people don't even recognize that they have those things going on until they start to go away and start to realize what healthy actually is.
Start your journey at Connect Chiropractic. It's Go Connect Chiro. That's GoConnectChiro.com. 6:30 on Wisconsin's Morning News. I'm Vince Vitrano. Our top story, an uncertain path forward for several Milwaukee students.
I'm Erik Bilstad. An unwelcome element of tax season.
Sorry about that. Eastbound 94 looking pretty good. Full freeway speeds around the entire area. We've also got a clear ride on the southbound side of 43. Just a couple of disabled vehicles. One on the 94 westbound ramp from Brewers Boulevard. They may have to close off some lanes to get the tow truck in there. And the other one is on 94, right about at the Drexel ramp to northbound. Looks like they may have to close off some lanes as well with that one. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Partly to mostly cloudy today. Some isolated showers possible. High 45. Scattered showers still tonight. A mild low of 40 right now at 31 in Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, hundreds of Milwaukee families will begin taking their students to a new school miles away today. Trowbridge Elementary School temporarily closed. High levels of lead were uncovered last month. Milwaukee Health Department Commissioner Mike Todoritis says the presence of lead after previous cleaning efforts is what makes the Trowbridge situation different from other discoveries in MPS buildings this year.
Whatever process that had been used successfully in the other schools had not been used in Trowbridge, and there is the potential that the levels of lead dust within the school were significantly above what we had initially anticipated in the school.
Students and staff relocating to Wisconsin Conservatory of Lifelong Learning. It's unclear when Trowbridge will reopen.
Just be advised, MPD District 5 had a shooting with several victims.
Multiple people hurt after a shooting overnight in Milwaukee. This is near the River West neighborhood and the Harambe neighborhood. At least 3 people shot, 2 vehicles involved. No one is in custody. As of now, no one killed.
A death investigation and an arrest in Kansas over the weekend tied to here in Wisconsin. Waukesha County Sheriff's deputies investigating 2 deaths in a home near Cedar Hills Drive. They started that investigation Friday morning. Meanwhile, in northwest Kansas on Saturday, Waukene police arrested a Wisconsin person who is under 18 as a person of interest in a double homicide. So connecting the dots, that juvenile is awaiting extradition back to Wisconsin. Waukene police have not said if the arrest is related to the Waukesha death investigation.
Wildfire emergency in the Carolinas. ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
Firefighters battling at least 175 wildfires across South and North Carolina, prompting evacuation orders in both states. One of the biggest fires threatening communities near Myrtle Beach. South Carolina National Guard deploying 2 Black Hawk helicopters to help fight the flames. After doubling in size over the weekend, the fire near Myrtle Beach was 30% contained overnight, allowing some residents to return.
Fire at an apartment in Mequon left a woman in the hospital.
The fire broke out Sunday afternoon near Ivy Court and Greenbrier Lane, just off of Port Washington Road. 2 elderly sisters lived in the unit where the fire started. One of them suffered second-degree burns while trying to put out the fire. 2 pets, a cat and a parrot, died. Several units are now uninhabitable due to smoke and water damage. The building had sprinklers, but only in the hallways and the basement. Authorities are still investigating the cause of the fire. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
It's a favorite season for identity thieves. DATCP, the Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection in the state, Michelle Reinen, tells Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News.
Tax time and tax season is one of those times we need to be on high alert from identity thieves because they will attempt to steal consumers' tax returns by filing their stolen information.
One way to prevent theft is to set up an identity protection PIN with the IRS and the Wisconsin Department of Revenue.
It is maple sugaring season. Executive Director at River Edge Nature Center, John Rakowski, telling Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News about the centuries-old tree tapping tradition.
It's mostly water, sugar, and some trace elements when it's coming out of the tree. But then that sap is collected and hauled to where it's stored until we have enough to actually cook or boil down.
Weather has to be just right for the sap to flow, with nighttime temperatures in the upper 20s, daytime temps in the mid to upper 30s.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:34. Coming up, here comes the boat.
Traffic is brought to you by Rejuvenix, your non-surgical joint therapy experts.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
This report is sponsored by CertaPro Painters.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercier here for CertaPro Painters. Painting is the easiest way to breathe new life into your home, whether you're prepping to sell it or just want to fall in love with that house all over again. I know CertaPro Painters has done the work at our house. They're absolutely fantastic. Call your neighborhood CertaPro Painter. Ask about their color consultation services. Each CertaPro Painter's business is independently owned and operated. They're fantastic. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 provides game recaps for every game. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis.
Puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through.
Or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
We've saved our clients over $19 million in real estate commission. I say this because that's a pretty big number. But at Century 21 Benefit Realty, it's really not about being a top volume agency. Over here, it's more about you. And at 1.9% commission and no more than $19,000 commission, for the listing side of your sale, no matter what size property you're selling, you will save substantially. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. First off, our 1.9% commission structure helps get their foot in the door, and that's why agents like working here. But what they really like is having the strongest marketing tools available, with the resources to help them sell homes at the highest prices to satisfy their clients. Century 21 Benefit Realty offers what agents like most, and that's to help them be successful. If you really want to believe in the business model that you're representing, give me a call. I'm Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty. Call me, and let's talk about your future. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:37.
Primetime Brewers tonight, plus Christian Yelich talking about his return to the playing field. It's all in sports at 6:45.
Big day today, happening this morning.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
The historic SS United States is moving slowly into Mobile, Alabama's area right now on the Gulf Coast. This is a ship, this ocean liner, started in Philadelphia. I don't know if you've been following this at all. This super cool old ocean liner is now arriving after a couple of weeks moving down the coast there, and they're going to bring it into Mobile now. They're going to strip it of any bad stuff, and then they're going to capsize this in the Gulf Coast there.
Oh, like
in that
make
region.
a reef out of it or something?
And then let the reef kind of create it. So it's been this fascinating move. They've had to get moving, though, because of different storms just different things. They've had to get creative in towing this all the way down there. But if you look up the SS United States anywhere, if you kind of Google it, you'll see all these really cool ghostly pictures of this ship.
It's
and this
eerie.
ocean
It looks
liner.
eerie.
Yeah. And it's just now this morning, there's all these people lining up watching it as it's made its way to Dauphin Island there, and they're welcoming it as it's made its way in there. Really neat to just see this ship and what they've been able to do with it. What do you do with some of these historic old boats that you have really no real option if you're not going to spend the money to restore it and you got to keep it docked somewhere. Here they're going to have this thing be a reef, which is great because you need more reefs anyway.
Do you want to know what tomorrow's happening today is?
What's that?
It's Fat Tuesday. And you know what else that is? We'll talk about it next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Capital Heating and Cooling and J&B Construction. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Accidents do not take holidays, but with Ortho Live, I've got you covered. Vince Vitrano here, and what I meant was my medical team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin has you covered. You can visit an ortho ASAP clinic every day of the week now, but if you've got an injury after hours or it's a holiday and it can't wait till morning, Ortho Live, yet another option for you. You go to orthowisconsin.com, and then on top of the page, you see a banner that reads, Need to be seen now. If that's you, click the Get Started button and you'll have a virtual visit. Ortho Live will provide peace of mind, guidance when you need it most. No appointment at OAW walk-in clinics with hours 7 days a week, or book an appointment or set up a virtual visit online anytime. orthowisconsin.com.
I can see the breath inside my house. This is how horror movies start.
First, the cold seeps in. Next thing you know, you're spooning your cat for warmth.
I tried it. He bit me.
Jason, come on, man. You need a new furnace. Don't you know that Capital is giving away the furnace when you get a new AC?
Giving as in free?
Yeah, but call Capital before this turns into the horror version of Frozen. Call Capital today and get a free furnace with a new AC.
Old-fashioned service, you can't go wrong. Call CapitalCares.com.
20 minutes before 7 o'clock. What are we doing on the roads, Deb?
We're looking pretty good right now. Just a couple of broken down vehicles that are out of traffic, but the rest of the system moving along quite well. Light volume, full freeway speed, so everything's looking good. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mainly dry for today, but the ice said chance for a rain shower. Mild temperatures with highs in the mid-40s for this afternoon. Tonight, cloudy skies, a chance for some scattered rain showers. Temperatures drop near 40. We'll look at on and off rain throughout the day on Tuesday. A steady rain by late in the day into Tuesday night. High temperatures will be mid to upper 40s. Wednesday, we'll see some additional rain showers, switching over to some snow showers later in the day as temperatures fall from the 40s in the morning into the 30s in the afternoon. More sunshine is back on Thursday with high temperatures near 40, and then the chance for snow and mixture on Friday with high temperatures in the 30s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 32 degrees. 19 minutes before 7 o'clock on this Monday morning. Before the Lenten fast, we have a feast. And said feast involves a pastry so tasty it deserves its own day. It is Fat Tuesday everywhere tomorrow, but a lot of folks in these parts call it Punchki Day.
What's round, filled with deliciousness, and the star of Fat Tuesday? If you said punchki, you're right. This Polish pastry packs a punch of tasty goodness that's been around for a while.
Tradition has it that the day before Lent in Poland, all the households would gather up all their milk and eggs and butter and sugar, and they came up with this great Polish pastry called a punchki because they knew they were going to fast for Lent starting the next day.
National Bakery's co-owner Jeff Callan says it's not just another jelly donut.
Well, a punchki is a little bit richer dough that's used, and it's a little bit more dense and chewy than a regular regular jelly donut. On Punchki Day, that's the only time of the year where we use all butter dough, which makes it really good when we mix in the different flavors with it.
And even though it started as a way to get rid of all that lavish stuff in the pantry, it's grown into something else.
Originally, it was heavily the Polish community, but with everything going on with Fat Tuesday and Punchki Day being so popular that we get people from really all over the state who come here for Punchki Day.
And what flavors can we look forward to? Well, National Bakery sticks to the basics.
We stick to the traditional flavors, raspberry, prune, and we have a raisin glaze. And each year we kind of add a new one where we do about 10% of, and this year it's going to be lemon with lemon icing on top.
So forget the gym, cancel your personal trainer appointments, and prepare for a sugar-fueled frenzy. It's Punchki time. Debbie Loziga, WTMJ News.
It only seems to get bigger every year.
Right?
I mean, I'm Polish. I don't even remember Punchki like growing up or it being a thing around the house.
But now it's tradition.
But now, like, I think the bigger it got, the bigger it got, right? And more bakeries are taking part, having an event of it. Of course, you got National Bakery on the south side where you usually have an accordion player of some
That's
kind.
usually where the cameras go, too, right? Oftentimes.
Right. So I imagine we'll be there as well in some capacity. 6:43, sports up next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Save big money on your next project now at Menards. Upgrade your home with new outlets from Legrand. They have innovative outlets and light switches available in a variety of finishes and styles with features like USB Type A and C charging ports. Brighten up your home and save big on Legrand outlets and light switches today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey everybody, Debbie Loziga here for Comfort Awnings in Burlington. Now, did you know that the clocks change on Sunday? You know what that means? Springtime's around the corner and things are going to get beautiful outside and you want to spend a lot of extra time outside. Well, here's where I can help you out. Comfort Awnings, they service all of Southeast Wisconsin and Northern Illinois. Custom make and install awnings and screens onto your home. Beautiful stuff. Works out great. And we've got, I had someone come over to my house, take a look at everything, and installed my own Comfort Awnings awning. And it is motorized too. So all you got to do is push a button, boom. Got extra living space in the backyard. Beautiful shade in the backyard. And everything, it's so comfortable out there that I just can't wait till things start to warm up and I can spend time outside. They got a great offer, too. For right now, until March 21st, you will receive a free motor with the purchase of any retractable awning or screen. So all you got to do is call 414-AWNINGS for a free estimate or visit comfortawnings.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Trade rumors bubbling to the surface surrounding the Green Bay Packers. Teams can begin making deals next week. Packers reportedly interested in DJ Metcalf, among others, but, take that for what it is. NFL's 2025 offseason officially begins on Wednesday. What that means is you can start doing these deals, you can make trades, you can sign free agents. The Packers expected to be very active in that regard. ESPN's Rob Domofsky told Wilde and Tausch that he spoke with a couple of agents who'd been chatting with the Packers at the NFL Combine last week, and one guy told Domofsky, based on those conversations,
your team is going to be a player in free agency this year. And that's, based on, this agent having players that are going to be free agents. And I'm not giving away too much here, I don't think. This agent was left with the impression that the Packers are going to be in the cornerback, defensive line, and receiver market.
Okay, Packers rumored to be at least interested in the aforementioned wide receiver from Seattle, DK Metcalf. Would we give up a first-round pick to get him? Don't know, but that will be clearer after 3 p.m. on March 12th.
It's probably the perfect spring training day for you, right? Sunday afternoon in Arizona, and the game is tied 12-12. That's how it ends.
Fine.
Brewers and Guardians. Sal Frelick had himself a day. 3 for 3, a home run, 3-run score, 3 RBIs. Again, as they tie. Tyler Black finally in the lineup. That's one of the hot prospects that they're hoping makes the team. He's got a bad back, but he was back, or at least he returned and tried to make the league. He's 0 for 3. On Sunday, but we'll see what happens. Speaking of bad backs, Christian Yelich did not play on Sunday. He did return, though. He DH'd on Saturday. Didn't get any hits, but boy, he says it's great to be back out there. Feels good.
As far as physical, my work all feels the same. The days feel the same. So just kind of get back in the games and get in the flow of Major League game. I've done basically everything so far but playing a game. So the more of those you can get under your belt, the better. And we got a month to get it right.
He says his back's not an issue. He's good to go. He feels good. Okay. So here, let's have number 22 back out there in the lineup as much as possible. Yeah. So again, did not play. Don't know if he's going to play today. The Brewers and Reds are live from Arizona tonight. We'll have it right here on WTMJ Radio. Aaron Ashby on the Hill, 7 o'clock again here on TMJ.
Badger Sports Update. Basketball, the Badgers lost to Michigan State Sunday afternoon, 71-62 the final. We've got Minnesota up next on the road on Wednesday. And a boat race in women's hockey. Wisconsin over Bemidji State 11-0 on Saturday. The second in a best-of-3 series.
I swear they've played Bemidji State 1,000 times
They just
recently.
played them at the end of the regular season, right?
Roll over them every time.
Matched up with them here in the front end of the tournament. Badgers advance to play Minnesota Duluth in the WCHA final face-off this weekend. Badgers Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
Wisconsin's Morning News is here for you every weekday morning starting at 6 a.m. Vince Vitrano.
A last-minute request now to delay SROs from entering NPS has been submitted by the Milwaukee City Attorney, Evan Goyke.
Eric Bilstad.
Milwaukee's former city attorney, Tierman Spencer, is accused of using his position for personal gain in a property dispute. He's now pleading not guilty.
And traffic with Debbie Lozica.
Volume starting to pick up a little bit, especially through the stadium interchange.
The news you need to know. Wisconsin's Morning News on WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano here for Johnson & Sons Paving. Time to get ready for spring. It's coming up quick. Call Johnson & Sons Paving to make sure no pavement hazards that you endured over the winter get even worse. Potholes, cracked curbs, drainage issues. If they're bad now, you want Johnson & Sons Paving out there right away. You can schedule a free, no-obligation quote walkthrough of your property. They'll be able to see signs of asphalt pavement that needs work, fatigue cracking, standing water, warping or buckling, sinking pavement. You don't want to scare away customers or tenants with bad curb appeal. Book now, you save money later. It's johnsonsonspaving.com.
Are you sick of not being your bank's top priority? We are too. At Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. We're proud to be your one true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. That's right in your backyard. Whether you're opening your first account, buying a home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have tailored solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank at Wintrust.com. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp Banks, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
What do you see on the roads here, Deb?
Not much. It's a pretty clear ride right now. We've got just a couple broken down vehicles. They are out of traffic. One at basically 175 northbound just before you get to the 94 eastbound ramp. The other one is at the ramp from Drexel to northbound 94. Rest of the system still looking pretty good. Road conditions are primo. I'm Debbie Lozica with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast brought to you by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Got a lot of rain coming midweek. Today, partly to mostly cloudy with some isolated showers and a breezy high of 45 degrees. Low down to 40 tonight with some scattered showers. Scattered rain on Tuesday, some isolated thunder mixed in there. And then steady rain begins late Tuesday. Tuesday's high 47. Wednesday's high 46 degrees with temperatures falling in the afternoon and evening. So here's how it goes Wednesday. Rain transitioning to some snow with some minor slushy accumulation possible. Thursday's high 40 under mostly sunny skies. Right now 31 in Milwaukee.
There's no fight we cannot win. Just you and I to find back.
A complete unknown. A real pain. Nosferatu. These are just some of the names I was called on the red carpet.
Conan O'Brien emceeing the Oscars on Sunday night on ABC. Joining us now to give us the recap of Man About Film, the Substack, it is Matt Miller. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, fellas.
Well, Anora is your big winner. Anora is Best Picture, the sex worker film, the independent film, didn't cost much to make. What do you think?
it's one of the stranger Best Picture winners we've had, and that's not a negative. I think it's kind of exciting. I think the days of us knowing how the Academy votes and the idea of the old Academy that, they like stuffy movies, they like safe movies, all that's kind of gone now. I think this year it kind of caps off the change of this Academy that votes for the Oscars. When it was this and Conclave, I remember watching Conclave and thinking to myself, this is so much of an Oscar movie. It's handsomely made, actors getting to bite down on stuff. It's political without being too political. And that's the old Academy. The new Academy is into stuff like Anora, which is prickly and hard to get your thumb on what its tone is going for, and is explicit in ways that a lot of Oscar Best Picture winners haven't been and couldn't be in the past. I think that's really exciting. I think at the end of the day, what's exciting to me about this is that Anora wins Best Picture. A movie like The Substance could get nominated for Best Picture. This tells me that any movie can win Best Picture now, and that's exciting. That tells me that we have a really interesting group of people voting for these awards now, rather than kind of a very predictable group of people.
You know what you have here too, Matt, is unlike the big blockbusters, this film didn't cost a lot to make, but it also didn't make much money, with people now probably rushing to find a way to see this Best Picture. Can they still make a ton of money?
I don't know if they'll make a ton of money still, but another important thing is the movie only cost, I believe, like $6 million to make.
Right.
And it's made, I think, $15 million in theaters. So obviously not a massive return on that, but compare that to Captain America, which cost like $300 million to make and probably won't make its money back because of how expensive those movies are. There is something to be said about these mid-level movies, and I think in a lot of ways, people really respect what director Sean Baker, who won not one, not two, not three, but 4 Oscars last night, tying the record for Walt Disney in terms of most Oscars won in a single night. I think they really respect an independent movie, something that is not trying to be a blockbuster, but is just trying to tell an interesting story. And tonight was one of those nights where Hollywood was like, we really love what you do. We really love that you make these kind of movies. We wish we made more of these movies, but we're too much of cowards to do it. Maybe this is a chance of Hollywood looking at this and being like, why don't we try making more? What if we made mid-level movies for adults again? That would be a very exciting thing to come from this Oscars.
I felt like Conan O'Brien was basically Conan O'Brien. If you liked him, then you liked him last night. If he's not for you, then you weren't going to like him last night.
It's so weird. I am so used to people hating the host of the Oscars. And I think the overall takeaway from last night's show is like Conan O'Brien should do this every year.
Yeah.
He from moment one, I think, had the perfect temperature of that room. I think he knew how to make fun of himself above all else, and he respected the movies. I think he's a showman at heart, and that showed on the night. I thought he did a really great job hosting that show, a task that is normally, no one wants that job. It's famously the worst job in Hollywood. And I thought he crushed it. I thought he knocked it out of the park. The only problem was the pacing of the show. You could tell by the final hour that they were running over, and they were really starting to speed people off the show. And maybe we didn't need the 10-minute, tribute to Quincy Jones and The Wiz for no reason. I'm not sure why that made the cut, but otherwise I thought it was a really good show, a really good-natured, good vibes show.
One of the things that I was curious about is what they would do with Gene Hackman's death, given that it was so recent. And they had Morgan Freeman out there, who may have been going out there anyway because of the in memoriam, and it looked like they added a little bit. Okay, give him 2 minutes to talk about his friend Gene Hackman before then pitching to the in memoriam.
Yeah, I think the fact that Gene Hackman's death is so fresh, and that he is a Hollywood legend. I think it's hard for maybe some younger people, and even all over the place, because he hasn't done anything in 20 years, and we can very easily forget how massive Gene Hackman was and how great he was in so many iconic movies. I think you needed to have a little special moment there. And yeah, I thought it was a really good in memoriam as well. We lost too many greats last year, but I guess that's going to be every year now.
All right, Matt, before we let you go, what was your favorite moment from last night? What stuck out to you the most?
I was really happy to see No Other Land win Best Documentary. I thought the speech from the Palestinian and Israeli directors was really tremendous last night and spoke to the issues going on there, but in a way that was very heartfelt and honest. I thought that was a really good moment. I know a lot of people cringe when they hear about the Oscars talking politics, but I thought that was a good use of that stage. And a really great movie. You can see that movie over at the Oriental Theater right now, and it's very much worth your time. Obviously not an upper, but a good movie. Very, very good movie of the year. I'm glad to see it got recognition. It still doesn't have a proper distributor, so hopefully someone in Hollywood wants to make some money with a movie with a good message.
And as far as Anora goes, you don't want to watch that with your kids or on a plane, maybe.
No, that's not one for the whole family. Grandma can watch that one on her own. Yeah.
Important for you to see this. Nope.
Maybe conclave for Grandma. You know.
Matt Miller, you can find him on Substack. A Man About Film. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Fellas, thanks for having me.
6:58.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Marcus Theaters executives say the company's discount ticket deals lead to higher revenue. Popular programs include $7 matinees for kids and seniors and $5 mystery movie nights. WEC Energy Group owns We Energies, and they award former CEO Gale Clapp a stock that's valued at $2.6 million. He stepped down as executive chairman last May with total compensation of over $9 million. The largest small business administration loans in southeast Wisconsin for late 2024 include over $3 million for Saukville Sports Fitness and Sports Center and $3 million to M&J Krieger Trucking in Franklin. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
You're right, and I'll agree. It does sound too good to be true, but offering you affordable treatment that alleviates pain, which really does work, that we've seen in most cases insurance paid for in full, is a definite reality. It's pain relief, really. And these are FDA-approved treatments. They're safe and proven to reduce inflammation and alleviate pain. Yeah, you'll have to get a couple of shots, and I know that can scare people, but the needle is extremely small. And after giving shots like this hundreds of thousands of times, you'll see we make it very easy. You're going to feel the relief that our powerful pain relief agents give you. They're pain relief drugs that solve pain problems. And the way I feel is that Rejuvenex should be the first stop for anyone living with pain in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees. At $65 per joint, per injection, it's probably the most affordable pain relief option available that actually works.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex Google reviews will tell you more.
The Census Bureau says more than 12,000 Americans turn 65 each day. It's a surge they call Peak 65, the highest number in history. Some Annex clients retire early. Some keep working because they love it. You know why? Because they've got custom plans built by fee-only fiduciaries. They identified their wants and needs, and we went to work. We want to do the same for you. Annex does financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Visit AnnexWealth.com and click the Get Started button.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Built Right. One location saves you money.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Just after 7 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Monday, March 3rd, our top story. Heading back to school, miles away.
I'm Erik Bilstad. A death investigation rolls on in Waukesha County.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Everything's looking great out on the roads right now. Not really seeing any kind of delays or incidents, so everything's moving well. That's your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Partly to mostly cloudy today, some isolated showers and a breezy high of 45 degrees. Scattered showers continue overnight, low down to 40. Right now at 31 in Milwaukee, and from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, hundreds of students and staff at a Milwaukee Elementary School begin the week in a new building due to high lead levels in their original school.
The voluntary closure of Trowbridge School is the latest chapter in ongoing investigations into unsafe levels of lead found in multiple MPS schools, but Commissioner of the Milwaukee Health Department Mike Todoritis says the presence of lead after previous cleaning efforts is what makes the Trowbridge situation different.
We found lead hazards on top of remediated surfaces and the unsafe lead work that we observed.
Students will relocate to Wisconsin Conservatory of Lifelong Learning downtown. It's unclear when Trowbridge School could reopen. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Just to be advised, MPD District 5 just had a shooting with several victims. Sounds like at least 2 of them right now are being transported.
It's the audio on Broadcast 5 as multiple people heard from a shooting overnight in Milwaukee. This was near the River West and Harambe neighborhoods. 3 people shot, 2 vehicles involved. At this point, no word of any deaths and no one in custody.
Welfare check in Waukesha County turned into a death investigation.
Waukesha County Sheriff's deputies were called to a home near Cedar Hills Drive Friday morning, where they found one person dead and other family members missing. On Saturday, they said a second person was found dead in the home and that a person of interest is now in custody on separate charges. Meanwhile, in Kansas over the weekend, Waukene Police Department said they arrested a Wisconsin juvenile as a person of interest in a double homicide. The juvenile is awaiting extradition back to Wisconsin. Waukene police have not said if the arrest is related to the Waukesha death investigation. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
And authorities right now not confirming the identities of the victims.
Oak Creek Police need your help finding a missing teenager. Lillian Asala is 13 years old, last seen Saturday afternoon near Pennsylvania Avenue and East Forest Hill. Asla is described as a white female. She's 5'5", about 140 pounds. You can find photos of her. We have it on our website at WTMJ.com.
Police still searching for 2 people who fled from their car after a multi-county chase through southeast Wisconsin.
Racine County, if you're monitoring, West Dallas Police Department in pursuit. White Chevy Tahoe.
West Dallas Police said speeds reached over 100 miles an hour. The officers eventually stopped the vehicle in Salem Lakes, arresting 5 18 and 19-year-olds from Illinois. Drugs and ammunition found in the car, no firearms, and again, 5 arrested, but 2 more still out there.
Sense of unity in Europe as leaders gathered in London over the weekend stood shoulder to shoulder with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky after a rough meeting at the White House on Friday with the President of the United States. CBS correspondent Natalie Brand.
Leaders in Europe embraced Zelensky this weekend. The British Prime Minister Starmer, he convened this summit with top European leaders, EU officials, the NATO Secretary General discussing security assistance and assurances to Ukraine.
France and the UK are pledging over the weekend to work with Ukraine on a plan.
Coming up, if you got Packers season tickets just to make a buck, you may be out of luck. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 7:05.
As an independent tire and service center, our loyalty is to you, not the manufacturer.
It's the tire manufacturer's goal to design a superior tire.
But it's our job to ensure the right tires are properly installed on your vehicle.
A service our family has been independently providing for the past 2 generations. So make no mistake about it, our loyalty is to you.
And the dozens of tire brands we carry, like Goodyear, General, and Pirelli,
or Continental, Kelly, and Dunlop, well, that's for you too.
Because we won't know what type of tire you need until you get here.
So instead, we carry them all.
Because we install them all.
And every tire we install automatically comes with free flat tire repair.
Which means you're 100% covered.
No questions asked.
I guess you could call it family tradition.
Be safe, buckle up, and hey.
Always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands. Your
due for service.
Richlands Tire and Service. Such a refreshing change. Richlands.
Hey, John Mercure here for Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning. My reverse osmosis system in my house is fantastic. The water I drink, the water we feed the dogs, the water we cook with is crisp, clean, and clear thanks to Guthrie and Fry's RO system. It's the best in the business. It's affordable, it's effective, and you'll feel a lot better. It's all about the science. They know at Guthrie and Fry that better water makes a big difference. Southeast Wisconsin's #1 choice and my choice is Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning.
Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie and Fry.
Tune in this week from 1 to 3 p.m. for your chance to win 2 tickets to experience Magic's legendary duo, Penn and Teller.
Penn and Teller coming to the Riverside Theater March 27th. Tickets on sale now at papstheatergroup.com.
Don't miss your chance to win tickets. Tune in to Spanning the State this week from 1 to 3 p.m.
Penn and Teller, they continue to defy labels and at times physics and good taste. They've invented their own very distinct niche in comedy.
Penn and Teller coming to the Riverside Theater March 27th.
Academic Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
Don't settle for a flimsy bank pre-approval. Get the pre-approval listing agents and sellers recognized as better than the rest. The rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from AccuNet. Get yours by clicking on the blue button at accunet.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:08.
Could the Packers general manager be ready to do business a little bit differently in the weeks ahead? We've got sports coming up at 7:15.
By the way, if you're a Packers season ticket holder, but you haven't been going to the games, you've been selling them and never go to the games.
Like all of them?
You're done. The Packers are enforcing their non-renewal policy.
Eric's declared you done. You're done.
So if you've sold 100% of your games, 100%.
All right, you sell your whole package.
The Packers say, look, you're done. Not ABC's Aaron Popke from the Packers. He spoke with NBC's 26.
When we see that 100% of those for regular season games are being sold for multiple years, then we know they're not being used for the intent. And they're not a license, there's no ownership. They are tickets, and ticket holders know this.
The Packers say this affects less than 1% of the 40,000 total accounts.
So they're not saying if you got, one of these packages, you can't sell a game here and there and whatever, right? They're just
when you're doing it all the time for multiple years.
All right. Wildfire emergency is emerging in the Carolinas. Firefighters right now battling at least 175 fires across North and South Carolina. It's prompted evacuation orders in both states. ABC's Stephanie Ramos is in Myrtle Beach.
One of the largest fires threatening communities near Myrtle Beach. A wall of fire burning down on homes near the Carolina forest, leaving hundreds of trees charred. The South Carolina National Guard deploying 2 Black Hawk helicopters to help fight the flames. Emergency personnel racing to extinguish the fire, too.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:09.
Looking ahead to life's next adventure? Hi, I'm Mike Yancey from Yancey & Associates. Whether you're buying a home or launching your dream business, we know there's a lot on your plate. But here's the thing, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1946, we've helped Wisconsinites like you secure, protect, and grow their version of the American dream. Our team is ready to tailor the perfect plan for you. Learn more at ANSAY.com. That's ANSAY.com.
Beer fans, travel lovers, and history buffs, this is your dream vacation. Join me, Sandy Max, on a 10-day journey through Germany, Austria, and the Czech Republic. We'll enjoy Munich's famous beer halls, sip our way through Salzburg's historic breweries, and discover Vienna's culture and craft beer scene. Then end the tour in Prague, where ancient history meets modern brews. From iconic castles to authentic flavors, grab your passport and let's raise a glass to the ultimate beer adventure. Limited spots available. Book now. Email me, sandy@wtmj.com to learn more.
Get out and enjoy your yard. Outdoor Living Unlimited puts cool stuff in your yard. Patios, decks, pergolas, outdoor kitchens, screen rooms, even in-ground pools. You dream it, we design it together, then Outdoor Living Unlimited installs it for you. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
At 7:10, what's happening in traffic, Deb?
Well, it looks like we've got westbound 94 right about at Hawley Road. The right lane is blocked with a broken down vehicle, so watch out for that. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good. I'm not really seeing any delays at this point. Volume is definitely picking up. But other than that, just a couple broken down vehicles here and there the rest of them are out of traffic. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mainly dry for today, but the ice said chance for a rain shower. Mild temperatures with highs in the mid-40s for this afternoon. Tonight, cloudy skies, a chance for some scattered rain showers. Temperatures drop near 40. We'll look at on and off rain throughout the day on Tuesday. A steady rain by late in the day into Tuesday night. High temperatures will be mid to upper 40s. Wednesday, we'll see some additional rain showers, switching over to some snow showers later in the day as temperatures fall from the 40s in the morning into the 30s in the afternoon. More sunshine is back on Thursday with high temperatures near 40, and then the chance for snow and mixture on Friday with high temperatures in the 30s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
31 degrees in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Erik Bilstad.
Less than 2 hours from now, Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson will deliver his State of the City address.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Well, it comes off a tough week for the mayor, and more on the particulars of his address ahead. But the city got beat up in court, held in contempt for failing to facilitate the placement of school resource officers in the classroom in violation of state law and a judge's order. And you have this ongoing lead crisis in Milwaukee Public Schools, which today is causing hundreds of families to navigate on days' notice getting their kids to a new school downtown for they don't know how long.
It was a shock. We were confused by it. I know they're doing remediation. We saw repainting and things happening. Anyway.
It's not great. My child is autistic, so a change in his routine is not easy for him.
Yeah, a couple of parents talking with TMJ4's Mary Jo Ola. This week, health officials will continue efforts to clean up and remediate lead dust concerns at Trowbridge Elementary School. That's in Bayview. This morning, though, they're relocating some 245 students, about 40 staff members to a building near downtown for at least a few days.
Right. I mean, the best case scenario would be what, later in the week?
That's what I'm hearing with multiple schools dealing with these lead issues. They've tried to clean things up at Trowbridge, but Milwaukee Health Commissioner Mike Todoritis on why they had to actually get students out of that building.
It was a shock. We were confused by it.
No, that's not the bite I wanted, but the health commissioner basically saying, well, we did some cleaning, and then we went back in and we tested, and still not good enough. We needed to get the students out of there so we could fully clean this building and then tighten things up. If this is coming from the lead paint, and buildings before like 1970 or so, lead paint was pretty common. And it's fine unless it starts to deteriorate and the dust gets into the air and on surfaces, right? Yep. And so it's bad enough that multiple schools, health officials are telling parents, test your kids for lead poisoning. So this week, these students will relocate, at least for a matter of days, to this school downtown. Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson has to address it in his annual State of the City address. Again, the mayor's not in charge of MPS, but has to lead on these issues. And what, he is in charge of the health department.
Right.
So what exactly are you doing with that fascinating speech today, 9 a.m. this morning at the Baird Center?
It probably has more attention than it normally would get, right?
Yeah, that, the SRO issue, and, by the way, everything else facing the city. This morning you're dealing with a shooting in the River West neighborhood into the Harambe neighborhood. Looking at some of the video from the local news crews, looked like I think they were reporting some 50 shell casings required. So there are shootings, and then there's that 50 bullets flying in a Milwaukee neighborhood. So a lot of attention on the mayor this morning. He starts at 9 o'clock at the Baird Center.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam members employ more than 7,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 14th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil promotion. To date, Adam has donated over $875,000, which provided over 2.6 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Vince Vitrano for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. How about this offer? 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin project, and you won't pay a dime of interest over those 6 years. Pella Windows and Doors, you're getting more than just the stunning windows and doors, and they are stunning. My wife was we had a bathroom window replaced recently with Pella. My wife just said, that is some kind of window. Like, to notice a window and how it stands out and how different it is from the other products in your home. Yeah, you get that, but you also get the Pella experience. Talk about quality control. It's Pella that manufactures, sells, installs, and services all of your products. So the 10-year labor warranty, that's always included. You have experts and installers who will work year-round. They can usually do the job in as little as a day. If something goes wrong, you call Pella because it's the same team you're dealing with from start to finish. So you get the Pella experience and this incredible deal, 0% interest on your financing for up to 6 years. Certain restrictions do apply. This deal ends March 8th. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Imagine all the things you dream of under one roof. You're thinking of eBay. Fashion, collectibles, car parts. It's all there. Go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay, things people love.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Quite the game for the offense of your Milwaukee Brewers on Sunday. Brewers outfielder Sal Frelick.
And he hits this one in the air out to left. Wynn's going to push this one back onto the warning track. Quan looking up. Bye-bye baseball. Sal Frelick goes deep, and the Brewers on the board. It's a 4-2 Cleveland lead.
Yeah, Frelick would go 3 for 3, a home run, 3 runs, 3 RBIs as the Crew and the Guardians end up tying 12-12. Tyler Black was in the lineup. How about that? I've been waiting on this opening, this prospect, hoping that he can make the roster this year. He went 0 for 3. He's had a bad back that he's kind of been dealing with, so we'll see. Hopefully he can right that ship and get ready to rock here. Speaking of bad backs, Christian Yelich was in the game on Saturday. We'll hear from him at 7:45, and we have Brewers baseball tonight right here on WTMJ. Brewers and Reds live from Arizona. Our coverage at 7 p.m. Aaron Ashby back on the hill.
Hit a couple guys last time out.
And
I keep mentioning that.
Let's
That's
see
fine.
He'll lock it in.
He's working on stuff. I was working on stuff. Trade rumors bubbling to the surface surrounding the Green Bay Packers. Teams can begin making deals next week. Packers reportedly interested in DK Metcalf, wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks. Been reading that to get him, though, we'd have to give up perhaps a first-round pick in this draft, which, oh, by the way, is in Green Bay. So ESPN reporter Rob Domofsky out of Green Bay suggesting it's not how the Packers usually do business, but
it would be out of character, big surprise. But as he said in his wrap-up press conference, it's time we start competing for championships. And, maybe he feels like he's got to adjust his philosophy a little bit too.
Domofsky joined ESPN Wisconsin's William Tausch on Friday. The NFL official opening for teams to initiate trades is next week, Wednesday. Women's hockey, Wisconsin moves on to the WCHA final face-off this weekend after beating Bemidji State in 2 straight. The Badgers won on Saturday 11-0. I mean, on an open net, it's hard to put 11 in. Wow. They play Minnesota Duluth on Friday in Badger basketball. Wisconsin at Minnesota on Wednesday night after falling to the Spartans of Michigan State. 71-62. The final in East Lansing Sunday afternoon. Badger Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
Warmer temps are on their way, which means it's time for the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin Spring Home Improvement Showcase on WTMJ. I love this. It's going to be fun. It's going to be informative. Get all the tips, the tricks, and the best practices to improve your home with our trusted partners, including J&J Contractors and Bruce's team at Realty Executives. It's the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin Spring Home Improvement Showcase. Going to be great. It's only here on WTMJ.
Sometimes you don't know what and how much is wrong with you until you start feeling so much better. Vince Vitrano for Connect Chiropractic. Got a great story about a couple of my fellow patients. Neil is one of Dr. Alex Young's first patients at Connect Chiro. His kids made him go. He said they would tease him about his restricted neck movement and pain. Boy, Dad, you can't move your neck. Well, it wasn't funny to Neil, but it worked. He is feeling so much better. Now, his wife's sharing a little bit different story. She said there wasn't anything particularly wrong with her, but Neil finally got her to go in, and all of a sudden, Sharon says she is sleeping better. She's feeling better. And the whole family is now at Connect Chiro, says everybody is staying healthier too, getting sick less, and all thanks to regular care with Connect Chiropractic. Get your family on the road to better health. Visit in Delafield, Wauwatosa, and coming soon to Oak Creek, it's Go Connect Chiro. That's GoConnectChiro.com.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
721, update on the traffic, Deb.
Yeah, we're looking pretty good for the most part. Everywhere is rolling along well. Eastbound is a little bit on the tighter side now, slowing down just a bit from 84th Street to about 76th. We've also got on westbound 94, broken down vehicle That is off on the right shoulder, right about at Hawley Road. So that's going to be tying things up just a little bit heading through that area. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Forecast brought to you by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. High of 45 degrees today under partly to mostly cloudy skies. Could see some isolated showers as well. Scattered showers overnight, low down to 40, and then we get wet Tuesday and Wednesday. Scattered rain with some isolated thunder on Tuesday. Steady rain moving in late, high of 47 degrees. Wednesday, rain transitioning to snow as our temperatures drop from a high of 46 in the afternoon and evening. Slushy accumulation, but they're not looking to this amounting to much. Thursday, mostly sunny, and a breezy high of 40. Right now, 31 in Milwaukee.
Happy Monday!
It's time to look at the week ahead. Sponsored by Excel Custom Decks.
What a Monday morning.
That's right. Week ahead on Wisconsin's Morning News, sponsored by Excel Custom Decks. Look ahead to your dream summer by scheduling an appointment today. excelcustomdecks.com. The week ahead, what's going to be in the timeline? What are you going to see on the news feed, on the TVs, on your phone, in the paper?
Why don't you just tell me what's going to be in the news?
Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson gives his State of the City in just a couple of hours. Normally, State of the City is a newsworthy event, but this year, or this time around, you could expect it to be a little bit saucier, couldn't you?
A lot of stuff going on.
Got the SRO stuff. Common Council Committee meeting is going to discuss that today. You got the situation with Trowbridge and the MPS situation with the paint, lead paint. So lots of things on the minds of reporters and others when they see the mayor speak today.
Baird Center downtown.
Speaking of that, the Common Council will then take up the SRO matter tomorrow. So committee meeting today, full Common Council tomorrow.
It's fine. You can have your meetings, but pretty much the court has left them no choice. You better get this approved.
Yeah, right? We've heard from the judge. This afternoon, First Lady Melania Trump's going to hold a roundtable in support of the Take It Down Act. It would mandate the removal of deep fakes and disturbing online content. This is interesting because, yes, it would be phenomenal to protect people from AI that is degrading, defaming, etc. However, how do you define disturbing online content? And
So
who gets to decide who gets to take it down?
That's the question. I've been asking that question for years. You know, if it's the Democrats in control, if it's Republicans in control, whatever, whoever runs these sites, who gets to determine that which is so offensive it doesn't belong here?
So that bill has passed the U.S. Senate. It has not gone through the House. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow, President Trump expected to address a joint session of Congress. So basically, it's a State of the Union, but it's not a State of the Union.
They don't call it that when
Right.
you're on the front end of your term.
Is it
Right.
still a Mr. Speaker and all that? Mr.
I think
Speaker?
so. You
Yeah.
still got the
Oh,
sergeant in it. Mr.
Okay.
Speaker!
So that happens tomorrow
President of the
night.
United States.
The president, by the way, his 25% tariffs on Mexican and Canadian goods, that takes effect this week. So does a 10% tariff on China. The leaders of 27 European Union countries are going to hold an emergency summit. They're going to discuss Ukraine. I'm not sure why they'd be discussing Ukraine this weekend. Did something happen last week that would...
Right. They all looked at that and went, what was that?
We got to meet. So, yeah, they're going to meet later this week. The Wisconsin Election Commission will meet later this week. Among the items on the agenda, discussing and possible further action relating to an investigation into the City of Madison clerk regarding 193 uncounted absentee ballots from the general election.
Yeah, remember WEC said we need to conduct our own investigation on this. They've talked with everybody involved and are due to give that report and take possible action based on the findings of said report.
Fat Tuesday is tomorrow. Get it all out of your system before Ash Wednesday. Of course, Lenten season begins Ash Wednesday. So just like the Marquette Move-In Day or the Milwaukee Christmas Tree Harvest, this is one of those annual events. You're going to see all the cameras at one of the local bakeries. Everyone's going to be talking poochkies and poochkas.
And wherever you go, they'll say, now we do have the original prune.
Yes.
You know, but we also have.
Yeah, and someone will claim that they like that one. Come on. Bring out the cheese. The 2025 U.S. Championship Cheese Contest kicks off this week in Green Bay. I went to it a couple of years ago with Kristen Bry. Talk to the folks. What's the oldest cheese you've eaten?
An aged cheddar that I've had, which was a 9-year cheddar.
Could you tell it was 9 years old?
Yes, you can tell by the age, the body, texture, taste, everything. especially once you have cheddars that will age out. You'll get tetrazine crystals that'll form, and you kind of get the little crunchy notes and the sweet spots, and it's very delectable.
Is it sacrilegious to put that on a taco? Okay.
Yeah, you want to just shred that up and throw it in your omelet. No.
International Women's Day is Saturday. Daylight saving time this weekend. This is when we move the clocks forward. Is this going to be our last one ever? Do you think we're done with daylight saving time after this one?
I thought the last one was done. Was the last one.
I do wonder, what if the president signs an executive order? Like, what happens then? Do we just not do it ever again? Would it shock you if he did?
Well, and then you'd have stuff, and who gets to decide? Because some states already do it this way, and other states that way.
Right. I don't know. Just wait. That'll be the confusion coming. The weekend sponsored by Excel Custom Decks. Look ahead to your dream summer by scheduling an appointment today. 414-333-1888 or visit excelcustomdecks.com.
News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average closed Friday up 601 points to 43,841. The NASDAQ up 300 plus to 18,847. S&P 500 finished the week at 59.55. That was up about 1.5%. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I at least like to think I'm an expert when it comes to football, but I know Excel are truly experts when it comes to the art of deck building. With the finest materials and products combined with their superior craftsmanship, they'll deliver exceptional quality and value on everything from backyard decks to pergolas and outdoor kitchens. If you can dream it, Rob and his family can build it. Family-owned Excel Custom Decks delivers decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com to learn more.
Hi, I'm Tony Drake from Drake & Associates. If you're in or near retirement, you're facing one of the biggest financial decisions of your life. When to take Social Security. Should you claim it now or wait for a bigger benefit? The wrong decision could cost you tens of thousands of dollars in lost income. And once you lock in your choice, there's no do-over. The truth is, Social Security is more complicated than most people think. The age you file, your marital status, other income sources, all of it impacts how much you'll receive. And in today's economy with rising costs and uncertainty about future benefits, you need to make every dollar count. At Drake & Associates, we help hardworking Americans make smart decisions about retirement. Income is just one stop on your retirement-ready roadmap, and we'll help you navigate every turn so you can maximize your benefits and keep more of what you earned. Don't make this decision blindly. Get the facts and a plan today. Text SS to 414-897-9522 to claim your free retirement toolkit and a copy of my book, Get Retirement Ready. Inside, you'll learn strategies to help optimize your Social Security, reduce taxes, and create a retirement income plan that works for you. But don't wait. These resources are only available while supplies last. Secure your future today. Text SS to 414-897-9522. Drake & Associates, helping you retire with confidence.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. European leaders in London scrambling to contain the fallout from last week's Oval Office meeting between President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky. There was a meeting there this weekend. At the Academy Awards, Nora won Best Picture, Director and Screenplay, and leading actress Mikey Madison took home Best Actress for playing the title character. There was a tribute to actor Gene Hackman at that show, even though there are still few answers as to what killed him and his wife in their New Mexico home.
Investigators now analyzing data from 2 cell phones they retrieved from the home, along with thyroid and heart medications, a 2025 monthly planner, and records from MyQuest, a medical diagnostic service. Preliminary tests showed no signs of carbon monoxide poisoning. A full toxicology report has been ordered, but could take months to complete.
ABC's Eva Pilgrim. Jury selection begins today in the trial of Robert Crimo, who faces multiple counts of first-degree murder for the Highland Park, Illinois Independence Day shooting. This is ABC News.
Eastbound on 94. Watch out for the delays, basically from 84th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange. Pretty typical stuff, though. We're not seeing anything like out of the ordinary, really. On eastbound 94 on the ramp from Highway 16, that one does have the right lane blocked. There's some debris on the road. On the westbound side, watch out for delays from 25th Street all the way past Hawley Road, where there is a broken down vehicle, just causing a bit of distraction. Southbound 43 slow from Capitol Drive down towards the Center Street area. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast for today, a high of 45 degrees. Should be breezy with some isolated showers. Scattered showers overnight, low down to 40. Right now, 31 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, some breaking news this morning. The CEO of Kroger has abruptly resigned following an investigation into ethics. WTMJ's Adam Roberts live in the Breaking News Center.
Vince Chairman and CEO Rodney McMullen out from his post this morning. This comes after an investigation into his personal conduct that began last month. Now, the company has not identified what the specific conduct issues are, but says it was not related to Kroger's financial performance and did not involve any company associates. Lead Director Ron Sargent will step in as CEO in the interim, effective immediately. Kroger operates Roundy's, Pick and Save, Mariano's, and Metro Market stores in Wisconsin.
Hundreds of Milwaukee families began taking their students to a new school miles away this morning. Trowbridge School is temporarily closed after high lead levels were uncovered last month in the MPS school. Milwaukee Health Department Commissioner Dr. Mike Tortorides says the presence of lead after previous cleaning efforts is what makes the Trowbridge situation different than other lead discoveries in MPS buildings this year.
Whatever process that had been used successfully in the other schools had not been used in Trowbridge, and there is the potential that the levels of lead dust within the school were significantly above what we had initially anticipated in the school.
So for now, students and staff are going to relocate to Wisconsin Conservatory of Lifelong Learning. It's unclear how long they'll be there.
Just to be advised, MPD District 5 just had a shooting with several victims. Sounds like at least...
Shattered glass, dozens of shell casings all over the street. Multiple people hurt after shooting overnight in Milwaukee near the city's River West and Harambe neighborhoods. Dozens of evidence markers on scene. 3 people shot, 2 vehicles involved as well. And Milwaukee police at this point not reporting any arrests.
An apartment fire in Mequon leaves a woman in the hospital.
The fire broke out Sunday afternoon near Ivy Court and Greenbrier Lane, just off of Port Washington Road. 2 elderly sisters lived in the unit where the fire started. One of them suffered second-degree burns while trying to put out the fire. 2 pets, a cat and a parrot, died. Several units are now uninhabitable due to smoke and water damage. The building had sprinklers, but only in the hallways and the basement. Authorities are still investigating the cause of the fire. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Traffic is sponsored by the residential and commercial electrical experts at Best Electric. It's bestelect.com.
Connect with Best Electric for panel upgrades, electrical vehicle charging installation, and residential electric service calls. Visit bestelect.com today.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:35 coming up. So when did this actor pass away?
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. At BBC, we sell all the top brands of lights and ceiling fans, such as Visual Comfort, Tech, Schoenbeck Crystal, and hundreds more. We get every brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. In our award-winning showroom, you'll also find factory closeouts with lights and fans priced well below their original cost. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 10 to 4, and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's, near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Broadway's smash hit, the Neil Diamond musical, A Beautiful Noise, is coming to Milwaukee. The true story of a kid from Brooklyn, destined for something more, featuring all the songs you love, including America, Forever in Blue Jeans, and Sweet Caroline. Like Jersey Boys and Beautiful, the next musical mega hit is here. The Neil Diamond musical, A Beautiful Noise, March 25th through 30th at the Marcus Center. On sale now at marcuscenter.org.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:37.
We got primetime baseball on the air tonight, and the Brewers' Christian Yelich back on the field. Sports at 7:45.
Acting legend Gene Hackman, who passed away last week, was remembered by Hollywood at the Oscars.
Overnight, the 97th Academy Awards honoring the legendary Gene Hackman with a heartfelt tribute from Morgan Freeman.
Gene always said, "I don't think about legacy. I just hope people remember me as someone who tried to do good work."
The 95-year-old and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, both found dead on Wednesday in their Santa Fe home.
So Hackman's pacemaker, according to USA Today, revealed that his last event was recorded a little bit more than a week before they found him dead, February 17th. So the sheriff says there's a good assumption that that was his last day of life. They also say that they're pretty sure there was no foul play, but they're not ruling out anything. There was no positive test for carbon monoxide in the remains in their bodies, which is also, that's one of the things that we thought.
First thing everybody pointed to. Has to be that, right?
Actor was found in a mudroom near his cane, appearing to have fallen, while his wife was found in an open bathroom near a space heater. That, according to the search warrant, USA Today's running through some of that. One of the couple's German Shepherds was found dead less than 15 feet from Arakawa. The dog was in a closet. The other two dogs were alive. So still trying to piece together everything there. It does not appear to be foul play, but they still are calling it suspicious, and they're just trying to get
everyone is curious about this.
Yeah.
You were out this week, and isn't it like one of the first things people said, hey, what's going on? What's the latest on this?
Yeah. So, still trying to figure everything out. It's going to take a bit, but they're confident that they can create a timeline.
This news report brought to you by Steinhoffels. Visit them at steinhoffels.com.
Your home is more than a place. It's a reflection of you. Make it uniquely yours during Steinhoffel's Make It Your Own event. From bold statement pieces to timeless classics, find your perfect fit for your style. Personalize colors, fabrics to make every piece your own. Save up to $800, and with Steinhoffel's 18-month financing, making your room yours just got more affordable. The Make It Your Own event, only at Steinhoffels and steinhoffels.com.
When it comes to your career, you have an advantage. Well, it's time to start taking advantage. LAK Group offers career coaching so you can identify and amplify your unique skill set. Maybe you want to give your career a bump, or you're just trying to get in sync with your organization. From resume critiques to job offer negotiation, personal branding, career coaching from LAK will get you on the right path. Learn more at transformingcareers.com. That's transformingcareers.com. LAK, discover your human advantage.
Fleet Farm's bucket sale is back. You know the drill. Pick up a Fleet Farm 5-gallon bucket for only $3.99. Then save 15% on everything you can fit inside, including clearance. That's right. Any qualifying items you can fit in the bucket are 15% off. So come on in and load up on savings during Fleet Farm's bucket sale. Now through March 5th. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
WDTMJ's Erik Bilstad here for QC Kinetics. I get a lot of questions about QC Kinetics treatments, people asking if they should consider it for their own joint pain. Well, here's how you know. If you answer yes to any of these questions. Is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain in your knees or hips or shoulders or other joints, trouble sleeping or walking? Do you want to avoid surgery, a long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? And most importantly, do you miss doing the things you love because joint pain is holding you back? If you answered yes to any of these questions, don't wait. Call now. Call QC Kinetics and ask for your free consultation and learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can help you get lasting relief. No drugs, no surgery, no downtime. 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today.
741, let's get an update on the roads, Debbie.
Yep, westbound 94 starting to slow down out of the Marquette all the way to about Hawley Road where there's a broken down vehicle off on the right shoulder. Looks like they finally got it cleared out of the way. On the eastbound side, we do have delays from 84th Street through the stadium. Southbound 43 hitting the brakes at Hampton all the way down to Center Street. Southbound 41 slowing down just before Hampton down towards Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mainly dry for today, but the ice said chance for a rain shower. Mild temperatures with highs in the mid-40s for this afternoon. Tonight, cloudy skies, a chance for some scattered rain showers. Temperatures drop near 40. We'll look at on and off rain throughout the day on Tuesday. A steady rain by late in the day into Tuesday night. High temperatures will be mid to upper 40s. Wednesday, we'll see some additional rain showers, switching over to some snow showers later in the day as temperatures fall from the 40s in the morning into the 30s in the afternoon. More sunshine is back on Thursday with high temperatures near 40, and then the chance for snow and mixture on Friday with high temperatures in the 30s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Right now at 33 in Milwaukee.
I saw your guy last week.
Which guy is that?
Barrel guy.
I got a lot of guys.
Not
this
barrel
guy,
man.
that guy.
Barrel guy.
Barrel guy is the guy in the construction crew who actually puts out or retrieves the barrels.
And he was putting them out.
Yeah, he was.
This is 41, just south of Silver Spring in that stretch there on 4145, because construction now beginning on this stretch further north of where they have expanded the lanes already on 41 north of the zoo. So this is like Burleigh and further north up to Silver Spring in that stretch.
March 1 is sort of the official start of construction season on the freeways here in Wisconsin. So you have that project. You have I-43 north of Milwaukee. By me on the south side, they still have some work to do on the shoulders of 894. I've seen extra barrels out. You can't right now, and you could call up Johnson & Sons Paving and tell them, we're not laying asphalt right now, because the temperatures are not right for that or whatever, but you can start tearing stuff up.
I was going to say, yep, so I think that's the barrel's setting ready to rock. There's going to be lane closures.
So you didn't have anything this morning, though? No activity?
No real activity when I came in this morning, but I wonder, though, like, at what point can you consider, like, we keep adding all these lanes, which is awesome, not complaining about it. Maybe you make one of those carpool lane? I don't know. Maybe throw some diamonds on that far left lane there.
Talked about that. Talked about charging for that as a way to, kind of a halfway between toll roads versus whatever.
It would be kind of nice.
But then you got people in the carpool lane who have the dummy sitting next to them.
How often does
Or
that
some don't
happen?
even bother.
Okay.
Listen, we can't even pull people over around here with no license plates going 98 miles an hour.
You think that many
You think we're going to patrol the carpool lane? All you're doing is making it tougher on honest folks like yourself.
Oh, I love it. So let's not do it then. Not worth doing it.
Correct. It's not worth doing it.
Speaking of spring training, when we were down for spring training, you saw that. They had the diamonds there, and they had the carpool lanes in the Phoenix area. Yeah. Just saying.
You got to police
Pretty
that.
awesome, though.
Okay.
It is pretty awesome.
7:45, sports up next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
James Imaging Systems. Local support, local accountability, local business technology representatives. Listen to Matheson Manufacturing President Al Leidinger.
She still checks in to see how things are going and if we need anything. So I really do appreciate that from a customer service standpoint.
Michael Quizan, IT Systems Administrator at Great Midwest Bank, discovered the benefits of working with the local team at James.
Our cost from supplies perspective went down. I mean, we're talking about thousands in a year. So we saved a lot of money by bringing James Imaging on.
James Imaging Systems client Luther Gray, Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra, on dealing with James.
They are making sure you get the full value and life of every product that you have with them.
Local support, local accountability, local people. Get it all with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here for Tri-County Contracting, worry-free roofing, siding, and windows. Now, when you get a new roof from Tri-County Contracting, you're getting more than just a brand new roof that's going to be top of the line. You're also getting a crew that's not going to be there very long. Not going to have a dumpster sitting there for days. They're going to do the job, and then they're gone. That's a quick annoyance free right there. You don't have to deal with any of that. Also, you get a lifetime warranty, plus free enrollment in the every-year inspection program. So you get the new roof. You know who's back a year later looking at it? Tri-County Contracting. Every year, free roof inspections. They do that for a decade. They make sure your roof is good to go. Tri-County Contracting. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and windows. Tri-County Contracting.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Everyone was wondering when number 22 would be back in the lineup for your Milwaukee Brewers. Christian Yelich says he feels good. He was in the lineup. He DH'd on Saturday in Arizona. Back surgery, of course, knocked him out of the season late last year, but he says right now, looking good.
As far as like physical, like my work all feels the same, like the days feel the same, so just kind of get back in the games and get in the flow of Major League game. I've done basically everything so far but playing a game, so the more of those you can get under your belt, the better. And we got a month to get it right.
So he went 0 for 3. That's okay. That's not a big deal, but he feels really good. He says the back's not an issue.
Yelly's a SoCal native, right?
Yes.
So like he just has that laid-back vibe about him, right? Which I guess you want in his situation. It's not like he doesn't bring the intensity when he needs it, but right now it's like, yeah, I'm just every day.
So it was a sock fest on Sunday. 12-12, the final, as they tied the Guardians.
Pitcher's duel.
Sal Frelick went 3 for 3 with a home run.
It was a pitcher's duel. They both died. It was like the end of a Shakespeare. Everybody's dead.
Speaking of bad backs, Tyler Black was in the lineup for the first time. He went 0 for 3 on Sunday, but they want to get him some time there. I'd love to see him on the main squad on the roster here once we start the season. Brewers and Reds tonight right here on WDTMJ Radio, primetime radio. WDTMJ will have it, Brewers and Reds tonight from Arizona.
So the NFL's 2025 off-season, as they call it, officially begins next week, Wednesday. What that means is you can start doing deals, making trades, signing free agents. Packers expected to be very active in that regard. ESPN's Rob Domofsky, who reports out of Green Bay, told Wilde and Tausch that he spoke with a couple of agents who'd been chatting with the Packers at the NFL Combine last week. Now, you can't do anything officially, E.
Right.
But you can, like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, good to see you again. Good. I heard, you got this guy? Yeah, we got this guy. Heard you might be willing to move him. I don't know about that, Anyway, one guy told Domofsky, based on those conversations,
your team is going to be a player in free agency this year. And that's, based on, this agent having players that are going to be free agents. And I'm not giving away too much here, I don't think. This agent was left with the impression that the Packers are going to be in the cornerback, defensive line, and receiver market.
Okay, now those that last point, I could have told you that, right? That's the markets we belong in. Packers rumored to be at least interested in Seattle Seahawks wide receiver DK Metcalf. Would we get about a first-round pick to get him when we're hosting the draft in Green Bay, night number 1? I don't know, but that will become clearer. After 3 p.m. on March 12th is when all this business can start. Badger Sports Update. Basketball, the Badgers lost to Michigan State Sunday afternoon. 71-62 was the final. Badgers have Minnesota up next on the road on Wednesday. And a boat race in women's hockey. You have top-ranked Wisconsin over Bemidji State 11-0 on Saturday. Badgers advance now to play Minnesota Duluth in the WCHA final face-off. That's this weekend. Badger Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Matt, you can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years, especially if you're a parent. You go from changing diapers to dropping your kid off at school. And you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella Windows and Doors at 0% interest. A 10-year labor warranty, that's always included, so your windows and doors are secure for years to come. Certain restrictions do apply. This offer ends on March 8th. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
No shortcuts, no compromises, just the job done right. At Exterior Pros, we don't just meet expectations, we crush them. Every nail, every window, every shingle is a step toward your home's next chapter. From the moment we start until that final reveal, we're committed to making your home better than ever. Quality products and craftsmanship you can count on. Go to the pros for your next project. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking in with Debbie here at 7:51.
Okay, got a typical Monday morning happening. We've got some delays southbound 43 from Hampton all the way down almost to North Avenue. Southbound 41 is going to be backed up from before Silver Spring all the way down past Hampton. On eastbound 94, we got some backups 84th Street all the way through to about 35th. Westbound slow, really slow out of the Marquette all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. And then we've got some delays on the bypass. Northbound between Beloit Road and National. And then we've got northbound 4394 slowing out of the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating. Partly to mostly cloudy today. There's a chance for an isolated shower, a high of 45. Tonight, scattered showers mild, a low of 40. Tomorrow, more scattered rain, maybe even some thunder, a high of 47. Wednesday, the rain could turn to snow. A little slushy stuff. High of 46 with that temperature falling midway through Wednesday. Thursday, a high of 40. Friday, 38. Right now at 7:52, it's 33.
Idea Man.
We've been doing the Bolt-a-thon for, I think, 4 seasons now. Eric bragged pretty much all season every time McKinney has another pick.
Innovator.
The problem with a lot of us on radio and TV and everything else is we talk too much.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
One of the lessons that I hope Eric learns and everybody else when you do this, be bold and then be done.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
That's good advice. Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News is sponsored by Kohler Services, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Morning, Tausch.
Morning, boys. Yeah, be bold, be done is, I think we could all. I know for me, on our show on Wilde and Tausch, be a good little piece of advice for me, too. Be bold.
I guess we could all stand for some of that advice. Hey, I want to ask you about this because when I was working at WFRV TV Channel 5 Eyewitness News Green Bay back in the day, one of the big stories that we covered in the late 90s was, I think it was a Schwabenon developed this special district or area where you could legally resell your Packers tickets to the game that day. And it was this area where, okay, we're going to kind of regulate it. We're going to see. But if you want to sell your tickets, we don't want you walking all around. We want you over here. Because that was back when you had to actually have a ticket.
A physical ticket.
Physically, right? And Eric needed to come up and be like, what do you got? Well, I got 2 here. What do you got? What do you want for them? All right. Then you do the walk away. All that. I bring that up because it's gotten so easy to resell your tickets, maybe all of your tickets, that the Packers are cracking down on season ticket holders who never go to a game.
Yeah, I saw this, and the Packers put this out Friday afternoon-ish, which is always a time when you typically are trying to dump news. You guys in the news business know that better than I do.
Well aware of the Friday afternoon dump.
So I don't have a problem with season ticket holders selling 2-3 games. And I know people go crazy when there's all kinds of Honolulu blue in the stadium on a Thursday night or a Monday night game, a lot of purple. And I understand why fans get upset about it because there's a waiting list and, everybody is sitting here saying, well, I would take those tickets and you shouldn't give them to other people. Well, I don't know when you're selling tickets if you can tell, oh, this guy's a Lions fan or this gal's a Bears fan. I don't know if you can actually do that, but I don't have a problem if you're going to have 9 games and you're going to go to 7 of them. Now, if you're doing all 9 and you're just doing it on a yearly basis, I can understand where the Packers are coming from on this, but ticket prices, it is getting to be incredibly expensive to go to games. Then that's not even taking into account parking and food and all the other things. You have to allow for people to make it work. And to do 9, I get where the Packers are coming from. But if it's 2 or 3, I understand. I think you can get your head wrapped around why people would do that.
And they did say that this is going to affect, less than 1%?
Fewer than 1%, and it's people for multiple seasons who have sold all their tickets, right? And I tend to agree with the Packers on that, right? If you're starting to crack down on a guy who's selling 1 or 2 games a year, trying to make ends meet or make it work, or they can't go to that Thursday night game, that would be crummy. But that's not what they're doing. They're just saying, if you've bought these and are treating it like some sort of investment, that's not what we're about.
It's not, and I think that, in the past, as you put it, you couldn't really monitor that. Now, you want to get into, should people be able to monitor all of those things? That's a whole nother conversation for another day. But the Packers have the right. I mean, it is their product. They have the jurisdiction to handle things how they are, and then the fans can react appropriately in their spot. If there was a lack of demand, the Packers would have to look at this in a different way. There is no lack of demand. There is demand on top of demand on top of demand with whatever that season ticket holding list, 100-some thousand people.
140.
It's pretty easy to say we are going to slide old boy out of here because they're selling 9 weeks tickets, and we'll bring in here to do that. So that is the kind of the framework of how our society operates, and the Packers have a great product that everybody wants a piece of, and they can dictate the terms of how they are. And from a fan standpoint, it is you either abide by it or you don't, and that's your decision to make.
Remember going in there, you used to be able to just walk right in at the front desk at reception at 1265 Lombardi Avenue and check if you had applied for season tickets. Like, where am I at on the list? I went in there with one of my college buddies when we were at St. Norbert. He's like, yeah, let's go in. And I'm like, you can just go in?
Was it like on a clipboard?
I don't know what she looked it up or whatever. There was a very nice lady at reception. He's like, yeah, I'd like to see where I am on the list. And he was 26,000 or whatever he was at the time. He's probably in the house now.
As long as he's not selling 9 games worth of tickets, he still is.
He's one of these guys who just lost his season tickets. 7:58 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Marcus Theaters executives say the company's discount ticket deals lead to higher revenue. Popular programs include $7 matinees for kids and seniors and $5 mystery movie nights. WEC Energy Group owns We Energies, and they award former CEO Gale Clapp a stock that's valued at $2.6 million. He stepped down as executive chairman last May with total compensation of over $9 million. The largest small business administration loans in southeast Wisconsin for late 2024 include over $3 million for Saukville Sports Fitness and Sports Center and $3 million to M&J Krieger Trucking in Franklin. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Before you go looking for an area rug that you'll have to settle for because you think that the one you really want will be out of your budget, come to Design Exchange, where you'll find a formidable selection of Oriental, Persian, and other wool area rug choices at 25 to 70% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
If you're trying to find really good, high-end, distinctive furniture, the kind they just don't make anymore, then come to Design Exchange. But you better get here quickly, because the best furniture we take in on consignment doesn't usually last long. It may be vintage, it may have once been out of your range, but now you'll find it's priced right. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value.
Design Exchange. Hi, I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam members employ more than 7,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 14th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil promotion. To date, Adam has donated over $875,000, which provided over 2.6 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
I'm Brett Matchke, and you're due for service.
Richlands.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Monday, March 3rd, our top story, a sudden resignation by a grocery giant CEO.
I'm Erik Bilstad. More emails from Doge.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Eastbound on 94, that's backing up right now. 84th, eastbound 94 is from 84th through to 35th Street. The westbound side is slowing from 16th all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. Northbound on 4394, right around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue, is going to be the heavy spot there. Southbound 43 from about Hampton all the way down past Center Street. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Partly to mostly cloudy skies today, some isolated showers possible, and a breezy high of 45. Scattered showers continue overnight, mild, and a low temperature of 40, right now at 34 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the CEO of Kroger, parent company for Pick and Save Metro Markets, that CEO has resigned effective immediately following an ethics investigation.
Rodney McMullen is out from his executive post following a board investigation of his personal conduct that began last month. While it's unclear what the conduct issues against McMullen are specifically, the company says they are not related to their financial performance, operations, or reporting and did not involve any Kroger associates. Lead director Ron Sargent will serve as chairman of the board and CEO in the interim. Kroger operates Pick and Save and Metro Market stores in Wisconsin. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Hundreds of Milwaukee families are going to start taking their kids to a new school today, miles away. Trowbridge School is temporarily closed after high lead levels were uncovered last month. Now, the Milwaukee Health Department Commissioner Dr. Mike Totaris says the presence of lead after previous cleaning efforts is what made the MPS situation different than other lead discoveries in other buildings.
Whatever process that had been used successfully in the other schools had not been used in Trowbridge, and there is the potential that the levels of lead dust within the school were significantly above what we had initially anticipated in the school.
So starting this morning, the students and staff are going to be at Wisconsin Conservatory of Lifelong Learning. Unclear how long they'll be there.
Just be advised, MPD District 5 just had a shooting with several victims. Sounds like at least 2 of them right now are being...
Yeah, multiple people hurt after the shooting overnight. Milwaukee, the city's River West and Harambe neighborhoods, dozens of evidence markers seen on that location look like some perhaps 50 shots may have been fired. There are windows with gunshots in them. A couple of vehicles involved as well. At least 3 people were shot, and at this point, Milwaukee police reporting no one in custody.
A welfare check in Waukesha County turns into a death investigation.
Waukesha County Sheriff's deputies were called to a home near Cedar Hills Drive Friday morning, where they found one person dead and other family members missing. On Saturday, they said a second person was found dead in the home and that a person of interest is now in custody on separate charges. Meanwhile, in Kansas over the weekend, Waukene Police Department said they arrested a Wisconsin juvenile as a person of interest in a double homicide. The juvenile is awaiting extradition back to Wisconsin. Waukene police have not said if the arrest is related to the Waukesha death investigation. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Federal workers got another email demanding to know what they did last week. At risk of losing their jobs, Elon Musk reporting it is mandatory. He calls it a, quote, pulse check. The Office of Personnel Management says they will be weekly. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says civilian employees need to respond to the email.
The directive to civilian employees will be clear. Reply to the email, CC your supervisor, provide without any classified or sensitive information basic topics of what you did last week.
OPM is giving government staffers the option to write that all of their activities are sensitive.
Wildfires in the Carolinas. An update next.
Outdoor Living
News
Unlimited
is brought to you by BBC Lighting. Thousands of fixtures, specialty lights, antiques, and collectibles.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. At BBC, we sell all the top brands of lights and ceiling fans, such as Visual Comfort, Tech, Schoenbeck Crystal, and hundreds more. We get every brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. In our award-winning showroom, you'll also find factory closeouts with lights and fans priced well below their original cost. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 10 to 4, and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's, near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:06.
Dozens of wildfires. This is a story to watch, damaging and destroying homes, buildings, and vehicles across windy, parched North and South Carolina. The largest one of these fires still not under control. It is burning in the Myrtle Beach area where dozens of people had to leave their homes. Embers keep starting small fires in this person's neighborhood.
Yes, it's been surreal. I mean, they keep popping up, these little things do, and you don't know if they're going to come and get to your house or the next neighbor's house. And it's just the thought, I just really scares me.
So the good news is they're expecting much needed rain midweek. However, along with that, potential for severe storms, including tornadoes on Wednesday.
Pope Francis remains in a hospital in Rome battling double pneumonia. CBS correspondent Seth Doan.
We know that he got up, he had breakfast, he started his therapies. What's interesting is doctors are still not able to give a prognosis or not release a prognosis. They say they believe he's stabilizing, but that it's still too early to tell. Things could go either way, that the Pope is still not out of danger. And that's something that we've continued to really hear here in the weeks that he's been in the hospital.
And this comes at a very busy time for the church. Ash Wednesday is this week. Then you have the Lenten observances really starting to ramp up next weekend. Vatican sources have not said they've made any decisions about how the Pope might participate.
A big win for a small film at the Oscars. ABC's Zorheen Shah reporting from Los Angeles.
Honora, the Cinderella story about a sex worker, which cost only $6 million to make, took home the Oscar for Best Picture. The film winning 5 awards, including Best Director and Best Original Screenplay. The film's star, 25-year-old Mikey Madison, beating out Demi Moore for Best Actress.
This is very surreal.
The Brutalist winning 3 Oscars, including Best Actor Adrian Brody.
I pray for a healthier and a happier and a more inclusive world.
Taking home the 2nd Oscar of his career.
Not that she wouldn't be classy about it, but Demi Moore's got to be disappointed, right?
A lot of people talking like she was going to win it.
And then after all these years, right, finally the Oscar and not. Here's this young actress
who hasn't worked so hard.
Had probably no expectation of winning on this $6 million film. And I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. What a surprise.
Just an honor to be nominated.
Yes, 8:08 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Staying active, essential for overall health. Proper medical support, essential for staying active. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether it's keeping a weekend warrior like me on the tennis court or keeping young athletes in the game, you want the best in sports medicine, that's OAW. Surgeons, nurses, and physical therapists help you recover from injury, avoid injury in the future, and enhance performance. Get care 7 days a week. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi. I've been on this weight loss journey for about 4 weeks, and I've already lost 20 pounds thanks to my amazing team at Milwaukee Weight Loss. My wife's on board. Kathy loves it, and we are both feeling more energized.
Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. Schedule your free consultation by calling 262-449-1180 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
8:10 on Wisconsin's Morning News. What's happening, Deb?
Eastbound 94, we are seeing delays from 84th Street through the Stadium interchange. Westbound's going to be tight from about 27th to Mitchell Boulevard. You're back on the brakes from Calhoun all the way almost to Barker Road. Southbound 43 backing up from just north of Capitol Drive all the way down past Center Street. 41's cleared up nicely, so we're looking pretty good pretty much all the way from Appleton down to the Hale. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Interesting weather ahead. We're on our way to a high of 45 degrees today. Breezy conditions and maybe some isolated showers. Scattered showers overnight, low down to 40. And then we get wet Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to have rain sticking around. Wednesday's high 47 degrees, some thunder possible, and then steady rain moving in late. It lingers into Wednesday, where as our temperatures fall from a high of 46 degrees, we'll start to see some snow mixing in with the rain. Some slushy accumulation possible on Wednesday. Right now at 34 degrees in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Who's on top of Hollywood fashion this morning?
I am very impressed with you.
All the people on Wisconsin's Morning News, who's really picking out the fashion?
Every actress who's being celebrated or at least shown for what she was wearing at the Oscars, you have been able to describe it in good detail.
I'm like, oh, well, that looks like she was going for a bow tie look there. You actually watched.
Yeah.
You should know these things.
I didn't see the bow tie until you just pointed it out.
We'll get more into the Oscars later this hour here on Wisconsin's Morning News. Good to have you with us on this Monday morning. Something I've been thinking about today just as a parent. Right now, hundreds of Milwaukee families have taken or are right now dropping their kids off at a new school here in March, and just for now.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Trowbridge Elementary in Bayview temporarily shifting. It's about 245 students, they say about 40 staff, to a school building that's near downtown, so miles away from that school in Bayview. Health officials are continuing to clean up and to assess whether that cleanup has been successful in removing lead dust hazards.
In the car, yeah, it's going to have to be another 10 minutes plus earlier in the morning to make it happen. I think most of the parents are also concerned with we don't have a timeline yet.
We'll take it one day at a time. I haven't heard an estimate on how long the work is going to take.
Okay, I can help you with that. Those parents are talking with TMJ4's Mary Jo Ola. They had just gotten the news Thursday night, these hundreds of families, that Trowbridge was to undergo a deep clean over the weekend. Health officials this week are going to be doing additional testing with the earliest possible reopening of Trowbridge later this week.
Okay.
So
best case scenario, midweek to late this week.
Yes, best case scenario, these health officials get in there after the weekend cleaning this morning and do some testing, and they're like, all right, well, that worked. Here are a couple of other things that we need to do, and then get the students back as soon as possible. Either way, you're flushing a week of learning. Best case scenario is we got the students somewhere to go today.
Yeah, it's tough to bring a student to a new surroundings and assume that they can just learn, and the teachers have everything, all the tools they need to be able to teach.
Listen again to some of these parents who talked with TMJ4.
It was a shock. We were confused by it. I know they're doing remediation. We saw repainting and things happening. Anyway.
It's not great. My child is autistic, so a change in his routine is not easy for him.
Yeah, apparently that mom's kid is 5 years old and also has autism, and so these special needs that you have to deal with. Okay, you're in a new building today, new classroom, new thing here. Where's the bathroom? Which door do we go in? How does this all work? For the educators, administrators, teachers, like my wife was telling me, she's was a teacher for many years. And you just think about, especially at elementary school where stuff like this super matters, like high school kids, all right, we'll figure it out, we'll adapt, right? But when you're 6 years old or 8 years old, the bulletin board in the classroom kind of matters. or where you put your name card or whatever the processes that you've spent months adapting to now are all out the window. So you have to spend today just getting acclimated to your new thing. Spend tomorrow maybe trying to teach something, learn something. Then maybe you would go back Thursday and then reestablish all of those routines.
And then find the kids that were dropped off at some other school.
There is that, man.
No,
like, think about the busing.
That's not going to happen.
Well, you have these bus companies where just putting enough butts in the driver's seat has been a challenge, and now we're going to establish all new routes for those kids who need busing, for moms and dads or caregivers. It's how do we drop them off downtown? When do we pick them up? Now we're way outside the neighborhood. Maybe you used to walk to go pick them up. Now you got to drive. Like all of these things. So not for nothing, and I'm not suggesting that given the situation they found themselves in that there was a better alternative, but it is a challenge for hundreds of families right now. And then how do you undo that? Oh, and also, by the way, test your kids for lead poisoning. Like not to be discounted, because some kids have popped positive for lead poisoning, which is how we got to this whole point with multiple schools in MPS. So that's all playing out this morning. Meanwhile, Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson is about 45 minutes away from taking the podium for his annual State of the City address. Interesting week for the mayor last week.
So usually the State of the City is always going to get a little bit of attention, but this is a big, between that and the SROs and everything else going on, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, and the mayor doesn't run MPS. Fair enough.
Still, the city is involved in that.
And the mayor has to lead. In terms of the SROs, the city got its butt kicked in court last week. It was held in contempt and is now on this timeline for mid-month to get a number of provisions in place so that those SROs end up in the schools. There's a committee hearing today, right?
Yes, committee hearing today, and then they'll have a common council is going to take a look at it tomorrow.
Full approval of that plan. Here's the thing. City really, go ahead and have your meeting, but they don't have much of a choice unless they want to, again, defy a judge's order and then find themselves getting fined $1,000 a day if they don't get all of these things done. So expect a rubber stamp on whatever they have come up with, the language notwithstanding. They've got to pass this out of committee, and the Common Council has to pass it. It seems like they're poised to. The judge actually sort of workshopped that through. If you listened to the show last week, we took you through a number of the judge's comments about who was in violation of what, but also sort of worked with all parties to figure out, okay, these are the steps you all need to take. Here's the deadline, and let's get these cops back in schools. And maybe you don't like it or you don't like the process, but this is the law, and here's how we do it.
So if you were advising the mayor, if you were working in the mayor's office, okay, hey, so we have this situation with the MPS lead thing, not really having to do with us, but it's a thing. Hey, we got this SRO thing again, not really having to do with us, but there's that money situation, and we do play a little bit of a role in the leading. What are you telling the mayor?
So you're asking me to be advisor as we're crafting the speech?
Yes.
Okay. But I wasn't prepared for this meeting, so let me just go off the top of my head. You know, I think the tone that you need to strike is, look, the whole reason I'm here, or any of us, you see all of my staff here in city government, and you see some folks from MPS, I would have the superintendent, Galvan, there, the interim superintendent. I would have the school board president there. Make the reason she's here, the reason he's here, the reason I'm here. What we're here, the most important thing we do is serve our youth and the betterment of the city. And we can't do that without a quality education program. I'm working with him. I'm working with her. I'm working with these people. I am involved in this, and I will own it. And we will get this stuff fixed. I start with sort of that tone. And it's the state of the city. You don't have to have a whole bunch of particulars all set to go. You will ultimately have to do the work for which you will be held accountable. So if the Common Council all of a sudden blew this thing up, well, then you'd have to step in there and lead. But in terms of writing the speech and how you address the messaging, that's how I do it. You remind it, like, I'm here. These are the people I'm working with, and this is what we're doing. I will own this, and I will fix it.
And that, we bring that up only because you would think that any media outlet, any TV station, that's the first thing they're going to.
Yes.
So however you mention it, that's what's going to be played, right?
Yeah, they're there to hear what you have to say on this. Now, you can talk about, well, we're building a park over here, and we're doing that's all well and good, and
that's
the
not
speech
lead
is broader,
the newscast.
right? But that's not going to lead the newscast, exactly. And the other part about that is, having been in that business, and I once told this to a public official, said, here's how it goes when the media shows up at your event, like. Maybe you'll get a reporter, and I think with everything going on, a reporter will probably be there. They'll bring somebody in earlier than they normally would and make sure that there's a reporter there on that. But I said very often you have a photographer or somebody else goes down there. They roll, I suppose back in the day it was a tape, but now you'd have a file. They're either going to roll on the first 2 minutes, meaning record the first 2 minutes and the last 2 minutes, or they're going to roll on the whole 30-minute speech or whatever. You'll get back, and sometime just before the noon news, somebody will be like, anybody go to the mayor's thing? Yeah. Is anybody working on it? So they will jam the tape in the machine back in the day, or now look at the file. They'll either back it up a few seconds to see what was the last thing you got, or they'll start at the beginning. But if the comments that you make, unless you have somebody there really sifting through it, that you want on TV, you got to front load it and you got to back load it. So they'll be there because some producer with not enough time is about to look through this and be like, all right, what did he say? Oh, that was interesting. Grab that first sort of sound bite, quote unquote, on the front end or on the back end. This stuff in the middle, that's fine. That's for your constituency. But you better hit it hard off top and you better wrap up really well. Because you're probably going to hear that at noon, at 4, at 5, at 6, 10 o'clock. We'll redo it, right?
With a little bit of reaction.
Yes. Little man on the street, somebody who was there, whatever. But that's how the game is played. So you better be good in those first couple of minutes. And we are about 48 minutes away from those first couple minutes. 8:21 in Wisconsin's Morning News. What do you see on the roads here, Deb?
Well, we've got some delays, pretty much typical stuff. Southbound 43 from about from Capitol Drive down past Center Street. And then we've got westbound 94 backing up from about 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound is going to be slow from 76th Street to about 35th. And then we've got, I'm trying to see, there's a couple of disabled vehicles here and there, but I believe they're pretty much all out of traffic. Yeah, one on 41 southbound at North Avenue, another one northbound on 94 right about at Drexel. All these are out of traffic. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Oh, boy, it's getting so expensive to dine out, but not at the Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Mine Chef is family-owned, understands inflation hurts. Every Monday when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza absolutely free, any size, any quantity. You buy one, get one free. Buy two, get two free. Buy 10 pizzas, get 10 free pizzas. Business owners, managers, bring in pizza for your hardworking employees and your key clients. They're going to love it because it's delicious pizza and your second pizza's free, saving your company a ton of money. Bring your family in today for free pizza. Your kids will love that world-class game room. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and near EAA in Oshkosh, just off the interstate. Lots of seating, lots of close parking. No need to cook. Don't think about cleaning today. Mondays can be tough enough. Buy one pizza, get one free at the Mine Shaft. Plenty to take home for tomorrow. Desserts, and I love their desserts, are also buy one, get one free. Just walk in today for your free Monday pizza, mineshaftRestaurant.com.
Vince Vitrano here for Inspired Closets Milwaukee. Super excited. It's install day on the closet project that I've been working with my friends Katie and Dan with at Inspired Closets Milwaukee. So important to go with a local, this wife-husband team, not some internet closet company, because Katie and Dan came into our home. They started by listening to my wife and me about what we needed our front closet to do for us. What do you want this space to do? How do you want it to look? What is it about that space right now that bothers you? For me, it was the old Brady Bunch-style doors and just was really dated and didn't function well. So next step, took all the measurements, the pictures, the 3D software went to work, all playing out at our kitchen table. Then Katie and Dan followed up with a number of different options. We selected one, had JJ over at the house on Friday. He tore out all the stuff from the old closet, and today the crew is back to install everything. I can't wait to share the pictures with you. It's really about the process. You want it done right. Cut the clutter, calm the chaos, improve the look and function of your home. Tell them Vinny sent you. Inspired days start in Inspired Closets. InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Tune in this week from 1 to 3 p.m. for your chance to win 2 tickets to experience Magic's legendary duo, Penn & Teller.
Penn & Teller coming to the Riverside Theater March 27th. Tickets on sale now at papstheatergroup.com.
Don't miss your chance to win tickets. Tune in to Spanning the State this week from 1 to 3 p.m.
Penn & Teller, they continue to defy labels and at times physics and good taste. They've invented their own very distinct niche in comedy.
Penn & Teller coming to the Riverside Theater March 27th.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, Our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
Hey, WDTMJ's Erik Bilstad here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
Oh, my God.
The Soties.
Thanks for the pretzel, Coach.
No Corona! All right, maybe we do some bits.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
Millions of dollars raised. I have emceed golf outings that have raised like several $1,000s for whatever cause we were going for.
Yeah.
You were involved in a multi-million-dollar fundraising effort this weekend?
Yeah, super proud of this. So Breakthrough T1D, as you know, we talk about this a lot for type 1 diabetes. I like to help in any way that I possibly can. So they had their big gala. So I got to help MC the gala.
Welcome to the Breakthrough T1D Wisconsin One Night, One Mission Gala 2025.
Yes. And raised a lot of money. I did bring you up.
Oh, well, you didn't have to. That's kind of you.
I mentioned you once.
I work on Wisconsin's Morning News with a buddy named Vince Vitrano. Yeah. All right, we got one. Yes. Tell your friends, please. Tell my boss, she's right there, so please.
There we go.
Oof. Tough crowd, or
Yeah.
it's not. Oh.
Yeah. That Vitrano guy. Yeah. No, super awesome. Super awesome.
It was a big room. A lot of folks were still finishing dessert, right?
Yeah, everyone was busy
you
eating.
know, right.
So it was packed at the Italian Community Center, 500 people there, which was amazing. And we held these galas all at the same time. So what they do is they have one in Appleton, they have one in Madison, and then they have the Milwaukee one. And the goal between the three parties was to raise $1.4 million, which is lofty. And we raised $2.14 million for type 1 diabetes research.
In one night.
More than $2 million. It's blown away. Just an amazing, amazing accomplishment. Just great team, great board of people, great staff there at Breakthrough T1D in the Wisconsin chapter. So could not have been prouder to play a role in that. It was, and people had some nice things to say about us, so it was nice.
Based on what you played there, I'm surprised to hear that. Right?
I mean, at least one guy said something nice to me about it.
It is hard that anybody who's stood up in front of a crowd like that, right, particularly as MC, first of all, you're not the show. They're not there to see you.
Not.
They're there for whatever. They're there to talk to the folks who are at their table. It's hard. But you also hey, the cause, can you give me a few minutes here? Why we're here?
Yeah.
And that's tough. But it's a big room, too.
It worked.
Nice job, buddy.
They came to play, man. They came. More than $2 million. Could not be happier than that.
I attended an interesting party this weekend.
I thought it'd be fun for all the women of Curves and some of my close friends to come here and have a bra voyage party.
A bra voyage party.
All right.
That kind of bra.
How does that work?
So this woman from Sheboygan County won an international contest. Her name is Tiffin Wyckoff, and she designed a decorative bra in a contest that was sponsored by, you heard her mention Curves there, which is the fitness club that's tailored to women, right? It was a fundraiser for the Olivia Newton-John Foundation. The foundation is on treatments for breast cancer, particularly alternatives. Olivia Newton-John had a decades-long battle with breast cancer and was really high on what are we doing here? Maybe there are different ways that we can go about treating this or helping women who have it. And so this lady, Tiffin, she goes to Curves in Sheboygan Falls, and she won this contest.
Then I want a trip for 5 days to California, and then I will have lunch with Olivia Newton-John's husband, and then present the bra that's already out there to the Olivia Newton-John Foundation. So
Are you supposed to wear it, or?
No, it wouldn't fit. I won't say which way.
This lady was a riot. So she had this party in Sheboygan on Saturday. She invited all her buddies from the Curves there. So my wife and her sister, they run the Curves locations in Sheboygan Falls and then in Oak Creek as well. So that's how I got involved in all of this. My sister-in-law, Deanna, helped raise money at her location as well, and then got Tiffin here entered into this contest. So for all of, there were like 2 international winners, and she won for the U.S. and Canada, like the whole countries. She designed this bra, and they're not meant to be worn. They're just like decorative, but obviously you see the connection, breast cancer, whatever. And then you're also supposed to write an essay, and she won. And she actually designed a very nice piece of lingerie.
There was a picture of it that you were posting up on the stream earlier. That's it's not what you think. It looks really good. It actually looks like something that someone might actually wear. It's not like
you would see it in a boutique or something, or a museum. So Tiffin says she enjoys crafting, so she's programmed, wired to do this sort of thing, and also like does everything 100%.
I love doing this stuff. Makes me happy.
Did you have a feeling when you looked at how it turned out that like this actually might be a winner here?
I did, but I was afraid because I'm like, I didn't want to get my hopes up, but I was like, awesome. I was just, when I walked into Curves in Sheboygan Falls, they're like, wow, So yeah, I was thrilled how it turned out.
Greg's put some of the pictures up on the live stream, and you can check that out on YouTube or text WATCH to 855-616-1620. So I don't know. When I was a little uncomfortable walking in, like, so am I supposed to bras? Right, so bras.
Can you show me your bra, please?
Am I supposed to say it's real pretty, or I'm supposed to look away? Like, are we in Victoria's Secrets here, or what? No. But really good cause. So my favorite part about this is all her friends there in Sheboygan area now thought, well, if you're going out there to California to meet all these important folks, you should really bring some stuff from Wisconsin.
They're going to bring Wisconsin stuff.
They, without invitation, started bringing your stuff. Take some of this out,
fantastic.
Some signature Wisconsin
here's
items.
Some cheese.
Yes, here's some local chocolates,
some
whatever.
Sausage. Yes.
So she's going to bring a suitcase worth of stuff and present all these California folks. Gift from Wisconsin. So 8:32 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
I'm Sandy Max, and it is time for another monthly Monday Makeover.
Hi, this is Erin at Merle Norman Salon.
And Erin, you know all about hair extensions. When I think hair extensions, I think red carpet ready, glamorous.
That's definitely one direction that people go with hair extensions, but the majority of my clients are getting hair extensions to just enhance their natural look. They use them when we're trying to solve for if you have very thin or fine hair, maybe you're having changes in your hair. Maybe you'd like to try out a different color, but don't want the commitment of coloring it. It makes such a big difference. If you've ever experienced a change in your hair, whether it's hair loss or maybe it won't grow to where you want it, maybe you're having trouble styling it.
Women's hair changes so much, whether it's pregnancy and after that, or if you have a health issue.
Hormones change, and one of the many things that we go through as a woman is a lot of hair changes, and that's one that's on the outside. That's one thing that we can change to help us feel more confident.
And that's why here at the salon, you provide that service. What is that process like?
It, of course, starts with a consultation. We ask a lot of questions on your lifestyle, on what you're looking for, what you're starting with, any history, and make sure that we're getting something that's not only going to be right for matching your hair. You have to match, color and texture and density, but also what has to do with your lifestyle and what is going to be manageable and maintainable for you. So there's a lot of ways that we can do it. It's just a matter of using our expertise to make sure that it comes out natural on you. You do have to get them maintained. You need to come in for appointments regularly to move them up as your hair grows. I have a lot of brides that purchase clip-in extensions just to use for their style for their wedding. It might be something that they use from time to time again, but they might not ever use it again. Or some people get a sew-in extension to try it out for a special event and then end up loving it and keeping it for a while, too.
Call Merle Norman or book online at mnsalonbrookfield.com.
Siding Unlimited, named the best window installers, not just here, but in the whole USA. Get the best. Siding Unlimited, 5-time winner as America's best window installer. For windows, you call Siding Unlimited first and directly. SidingUnlimited.com.
At 8:35, I'm Vince Vitrano. Wisconsin's Morning News on March 3rd, our top story, a new normal for hundreds of Milwaukee students.
I'm Erik Bilstad. Allegations of fraud at Marquette.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Seeing some delays southbound on 43, just south of Capitol Drive, all the way down towards Center Street. On the eastbound side of 94, we got some backups basically from Hawley Road through the stadium. Everything else has cleared up nicely. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Partly to mostly cloudy skies today. Some isolated showers possible and a high of 45. Tonight's low 40 degrees with scattered showers. Right now 34 in Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, hundreds of Milwaukee families have their students at a new school miles away today. Trowbridge Elementary temporarily closed. High levels of lead discovered late last month. Milwaukee Health Department Commissioner Mike Todoritis telling us the presence of lead after previous cleaning efforts is what makes the situation at Trowbridge different than other MPS buildings.
Whatever process that had been used successfully in the other schools had not been used in Trowbridge, and there is the potential that the levels of lead dust within the school were significantly above what we had initially anticipated in the school.
Students and staff in another building near downtown for an unclear amount of time. Trowbridge expected to open at the earliest late this week.
School resource officers will be the discussion of a Milwaukee Common Council committee today. They're going to vote on the matter and SROs in MPS buildings. The Judiciary and Legislation Committee's special meeting comes after a Milwaukee County judge found the city in contempt over its noncompliance on the issue last week. If passed, the resolution would then go before the full Common Council tomorrow.
A former Marquette University residence life employee now charged, accused of altering data to secure a decade of free rent.
Michael Gerard is alleged to have altered billing data for the university apartment he was living in, giving the impression he didn't owe any rent money. A criminal complaint notes beginning in the fall of 2014, he started changing the status of his apartment in the university's internal records. Gerard said his former boss had given permission to use the apartment rent-free, but then admitted he altered records out of fear a new director would not continue those permissions. Gerard faces up to 13 and a half years in prison and $35,000 in fines. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Trouble for Kroger. The CEO of Kroger, Rodney McMullen, is resigning effective immediately following an ethics investigation. While it's unclear what the conduct issues are specifically, the company says McMullen's conduct is not related to Kroger's financial performance, operations, or reporting, and didn't involve any Kroger associates. The lead director, Ron Sargent, will take over as chairman of the board and interim CEO. Kroger operates Pick and Save and Metro Market stores here in Wisconsin.
Again with the airplanes. This time it's a FedEx cargo plane that had to make an emergency landing at Newark Liberty International Airport in New Jersey. News Nation's Nick Smith reporting.
A FedEx spokesperson says the plane was headed to Indianapolis but had to declare an emergency and return to Newark when a bird strike caused an engine fire. Now, authorities say the air traffic was briefly halted as a precaution, but all operations resumed shortly after.
I guess that's good news. Bird strikes happen from time to time. That's the explanation. No injuries reported.
We're learning more about how the Milwaukee Brewers plan to tribute the life and legacy of Bob Uecker on opening day. The Brewers' Chief Operating Officer, Marty Wronski, tells ESPN Milwaukee this morning that fans are going to notice a key piece from the team's spring training park, also present at AmFam Field.
We're going to have Bob's autograph really big in the outfield. That's probably the best way he can be with us and with everybody in that way.
And that autograph will be there all season long.
Yeah, it's a cool touch.
The team also planning a larger celebration of life for Uecker this August.
Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Good day on Wall Street Friday with the markets making back some previous losses. And off the opening bell this morning, the Dow is up another 148 points to 43,998. S&P 500 right now at 5967. That's up about 12 points. And the NASDAQ up 21 to 18,862. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Traffic is sponsored by the shower remodel experts at KohlerServicesWI.com.
Upgrade to a beautiful Kohler Luxstone shower in as little as a day or two with the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com today.
This report is sponsored by CertaPro Painters.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. I've got a great idea to breathe new life into your home. Call your neighborhood CertaPro painter. Ask about their color consultation services. We did this years ago. Incredible. Our house is like a new house. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. They care. They'll meet you where you are on your home journey. Schedule your free estimate online. It's easy at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro painters. Choose who we went with. It's CertaPro all day long.
Looking ahead to life's next adventure? Hi, I'm Mike Yancey from Yancey & Associates. Whether you're buying a home or launching your dream business, we know there's a lot on your plate. But here's the thing, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1946, we've helped Wisconsinites like you secure, protect, and grow their version of the American dream. Our team is ready to tailor the perfect plan for you. Learn more at ANSAY.com. That's ANSAY.com.
Great Midwest Bank has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed business technology company. The bank's IT systems administrator, Michael Quizon, comments on the value of local.
We call on them at any point, they're there. We ask them any questions that we have, they're there.
James Imaging Systems, local business technology solutions, local support, local accountability. Luther Gray, Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales for the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra.
If an issue does arise, they're very prompt, polite, and professional. It makes me feel empowered because I find it very easy to resolve something.
James Imaging Systems client, Al Leidinger, President of Matheson Manufacturing, summarized the benefit of local.
James Imaging has been a really good partner with us from the beginning.
Go with local. Go with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
841 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Debbie, what do you see?
Well, southbound 43's got just a wee little backup, basically from just before Burleigh down past Center Street. East and westbound 94 have cleared up nicely. We do have still some disabled vehicles out there, but they're all out of traffic along 94 and also along 41. Like I said, everything else is cleared up. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
At 8:42, Deb, can you hang on a second?
Yes, sir.
So today is like sort of the official start of construction season in Milwaukee?
Yeah, technically they started
Wisconsin?
like this weekend.
Yeah, right, like March 1, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Erik reports he saw a barrels guy putting out the barrels.
Yeah, last week.
There it
late
goes.
last week. Laying out the barrels on 4145.
Release the Kraken!
Oh.
That doesn't necessarily mean we see all the heavy work starting like right away tonight, right?
Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be, all the things that they're going to be ending up doing, basically they're working on ramps, some noise walls, bunch of bridges that they're doing. They're also going to do the light work. So remember those purple lights that we had?
Oh, yeah.
41? I think they're going to be working on those. So
because we don't want them purple. We want them something else, right?
Exactly. And the company that sold it to us is eating it on that one. So
yeah, but still, somebody's got to get in the scissors lift there and put that thing up, right?
Yeah. So they're starting off with the overnight and some long-term lane closures and ramp closures, but eventually we're going to go down to like 2 lanes on 41 between Burleigh and Silver Spring, and the whole thing's supposed to be done by next summer, so summer of 2026.
And are we finishing up the project because asking for a friend, or the rest of us who live on the south side, for example.
894?
Yeah, are we going to finish that up here this summer?
I believe they are going to be starting, if they haven't already finished, or wrapping things up at the end of this very, very soon.
The only things left is just the shoulders on either side.
Yeah.
So you got to put those new curbs in or whatever you're doing
Probably
there.
take another 2.5 years, probably.
I want it July. That's what I want it done. That's my timeline.
Okay. Yeah, no, hey, earlier rather than later. That's for sure.
Thanks, Dev. 844 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Do you have a written financial plan? Hi, I'm Aaron Kowal of Kowal Investment Group. We have recently joined Creative Planning, a national registered investment advisor. This move allows us to provide more comprehensive wealth management services to help with all aspects of your finances, including your investments, taxes, estate plan, and more. At Creative Planning, we understand life is busy, and sometimes important things like retirement planning can fall to the wayside. So I'm here to remind you to take time to plan. A 1-hour complimentary consultation with our fiduciary advisors will help you get started on the path to your dream retirement. We will review your current financial situation, your goals and needs, and help you plan for life's what-ifs. Don't delay planning for your future any longer. And even if you already have a plan, a second opinion from our advisors can help determine if there are adjustments to make. Kowal Investment Group is now Creative Planning. Visit creativeplanning.com to get started. That's creativeplanning.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Vita Hearing Care. My life is better. My wife's life is better because of Vita Hearing Care. I have hearing aids from Vita. The testing process was easy. It's affordable. They're a local family-owned company, Vita Hearing Care, 2 locations in Mount Pleasant and Waterford. I've got my hearing aids in right now. It's made my life a better life. Cognitive decline can happen if you can't hear right. It's a real thing. Visit VitaHearingCare.com to learn more. That's Vita, V-I-T-A, hearingcare.com. The real deal at Vita.
Basement. Water leaks.
Cracks in the walls.
Had them, have them. What do I do?
Who can I trust?
I'm here to help. This is your Fix-It host, David Nason, with expert advice for my listeners. There's only one company I trust with basements, and that's my friends at Accurate Basement Repair. That's Accurate Basement Repair. And you know what? You're going to get a free expert evaluation on me. Just tell them David Nason, the Fix-It guy, told me to call. Again, that's Accurate Basement Repair. Check them out at accuratebasementrepair.com.
There's no fight we cannot win. Just you and I
If your acceptance speech goes too long, instead of playing you off with music, we have something much more powerful. We'll cut to John Lithgow in the audience looking not angry, but slightly disappointed.
Conan O'Brien. Like that. All right. You know what? I thought he did a pretty good job. I thought he was Conan. He was exactly what you'd expect Conan to be. He was self-deprecating, emceeing the Oscars on Sunday night.
A complete unknown. A real pain. Nosferatu. These are just some of the names I was called on the red carpet.
There's only one. He took one subtle shot at the White House, and it was subtle.
You know, Honora's having a good night. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great news. 2 wins already. I guess Americans are excited to see somebody finally stand up to a powerful Russian.
All right, they probably ate that up.
Honora ended up winning Best Picture, so that was the big winner of the night. A movie about sex workers. That one is an independent film. Only cost like $6 million to make, and the director had a great night. He won a bunch of awards. Sean Baker. He had this to say:
"Where did we fall in love with the movies? At the movie theater."
Right there, you go. Adam Sandler made an appearance. He was dressed down, wearing shorts and a hoodie.
You're dressed like a guy playing video poker at 2 a.m., Adam.
And you know what, Conan? I like the way I look, because I'm a good person. I don't care about what I wear or what I don't wear. Did my snazzy gym shorts and fluffy sweatshirt offend you so much that you had to mock me in front of my peers?
Hey, I'm sorry.
Okay, so
that had to be planned, no?
Yes, of course.
Oh, all right.
He was like in the crowd, and he like calls to him. He goes, "What are you wearing?" And then he stands up. I can't believe that.
Why was that planned? Just
so
like out of context bit. Just.
Have you ever watched the Oscars before?
Well, I suppose probably not that much.
Yes, it was a bit.
But like, does he have a movie coming out where he's dressed like that, Adam Sandler?
No,
like
Sandler's known to like strut around in his like like gym shorts and.
So he's that
basketball
guy. I go to the black tie affair in a sweatshirt.
Well. Boy, you are taking that seriously. No, it's a joke.
So he doesn't normally wear. I'm trying to get the joke.
The joke is that he often wears that clothes out and about. So, like, you see him in New York, or he's wearing clothes like he's going to go play.
Did he change then, like after the thing? Like, did he come in a very nice outfit?
I did
it's
not.
A lot more time than you wanted to spend on this particular.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I can't talk. I'm Adam Sandler. I'm playing a character, but I'm not Conan.
Well, that's pretty good. The show started with a quick homage to L.A. because of the wildfires, and Conan even made a point too of saying, like, look, there's no way you can do an awards show knowing about what happened there. It's self-indulgent and all that. He fully admitted it. And then at one point, they even brought out a bunch of firefighters, which was pretty cool. And he even had the firefighters reading some of his jokes.
Well, our hearts go out to all of those who have lost their homes. And I'm talking about the producers of Joker 2.
It's a firefighter telling that joke. How about that?
I get that joke.
Right?
Damn, best delivery of the night. All right.
Yeah. So they had a good line there. He said he wasn't courageous enough to do the joke. So could he come back? We asked Matt Miller, Man About Film on Substack, about Conan. Did it work?
I think the overall takeaway from last night's show is like Conan O'Brien should do this every year.
Yeah.
He from moment one, I think, had the perfect temperature of that room. I think he knew how to make fun of himself above all else, and he respected the movies. I think he's a showman at heart, and that showed on the night. I thought he did a really great job hosting that show, a task that is normally, no one wants that job. It's famously the worst job in Hollywood.
I think one of the only bigger surprises, there was some talk about maybe Timothy Chalamet would win for playing Bob Dylan. He did not win. That went to Adrian Brody. And Demi
The Brutalist,
Moore.
right?
Yeah,
Is
The
that-
Brutalist.
okay.
And then Demi Moore won, or did not win.
Did not win.
And I think there's an expectation that she was going to win for actress, and she did not.
I feel badly for her in this regard, right? Because it was setting up to finally, after all of these years, and she's an extraordinarily accomplished actor, right?
Yeah.
And after all these years to finally get hers, right? And had a worthy performance, right? And then here's this kid who comes out of nowhere
18-year-old
for
kid.
this movie they built, at least by Hollywood terms, on Peanuts. It made Peanuts. Nobody saw it, whatever.
Right.
And just what a surprise.
Hey, what do you know?
Man. How about that? Right? Really? But did you need this?
I've been spending this whole
needed
career.
this. And maybe
end
she
with this. Kieran Culkin won Best Supporting Actor. And last year when he won a Golden Globe in Emmy, he made some comment that he wants to have another baby. And then he told his wife last night that, hey, she made me a deal.
After the show, we're walking through a parking lot. She's holding the Emmy. We're trying to find our car. Emily, you were there, so you're a witness. And she goes, oh, God, I did say that. I guess I owe you a third kid. And I turned to her and I said, really, I want 4. And she turned to me. I swear to God this happened. It was just over a year ago. She said, I will give you 4 when you win an Oscar.
She's nodding her head.
She's like, yeah, I did.
I held my hand out. She shook it, and I have not brought it up once until just now. You remember that, honey? You do? Okay. Then I just have this to say to you, Jazz. Love of my life, ye of little faith. No pressure. I love you. I'm really sorry I did this again. And let's get cracking on those kids. What do you say?
Dun, dun, dun. So there you go.
Well played.
Yeah.
She did not. Like, yeah, actually, I did tell him that. Like, all righty. 8:52 on Wisconsin's Morning News. One more time before 9 o'clock, Deb.
All right. Well, we've actually gotten all the delays to dissipate. So they're all gone. We do have a few other issues, though. For example, 94, right about at Elm Road. Basically, it's on the off-ramp to Elm Road from southbound 94. We've got a crash there. Squad is with it. Again, like I said, it's on the ramp, so it's not on the main line. No delays involved with that. Disabled vehicles here and there, but again, they are all out of traffic. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Steve Scafidi is your guide through the world of politics.
There's no reason in the world why someone needs a sign about a campaign that's already over. You won! In the case of this sign, and those neighbors, you won. Be happy about it. And it's not a yard decoration.
On the Political Power Hour.
There are ordinances in place in every community in this state where it tells you exactly what you can and can't do. You can't have a junkyard in your. Prepare yourself for a sign war in Slinger.
Weekday mornings from 9 to 10 on WTMJ.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here. Get a lot of questions about QC Kinetics. Talk a lot about QC Kinetics. Told you about the great work they do. Well, listeners always asking about the treatments. They want to know if you should consider it. Should you consider it for the joint pain? And best way to figure that out is to answer these questions. First question, is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain in your knees or your hips or your shoulders or your joint pains? Does it affect your sleeping? Does it affect your walking? Does it prevent you from doing the things you like to do every day? If the answer is yes, then Yeah, it might be worth it. And then if you answer yes to this question, do you want to avoid surgery? Well, then yes, QC Kinetics is the way to go. Here's the phone number, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics and get your free consultation. This is how you can learn if it's going to work out for you. You can get all the details. They got a location in Greenfield. They got one in Mequon. They have Saturday appointments available. Call QC Kinetics today, 414-285-3474.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I at least like to think I'm an expert when it comes to football, but I know Excel are truly experts when it comes to the art of deck building. With the finest materials and products combined with their superior craftsmanship, they'll deliver exceptional quality and value on everything from backyard decks to pergolas and outdoor kitchens. If you can dream it, Rob and his family can build it. Family-owned Excel Custom Decks delivers decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com to learn more.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
High of 45 degrees today in your Storm Team forecast. Partly to mostly cloudy, some isolated showers. We're going to get pretty wet this week, though, E. Looks like scattered rain on Tuesday during the day. Maybe some thunder showers. Isolated thunder is what's on my forecast here from Tyler Moore this morning at TMJ4. And then Tyler says the steady rain moves in late Tuesday. Tuesday's high is 47 degrees. And more of the same for the high temperature on Wednesday, but then temperatures will start falling in the afternoon into the evening. So what is rain could turn into some snow, little rain-snow mix.
Right. He's
got minor slushy accumulation on Wednesday. Blah.
So this is what, the next 4 or 5 weeks of our life? Is that what this is?
Yeah, we'll go classic Wisconsin spring. A little bit of snow, kind of slushy, little bit of rain, gets so wet that you can't actually start going outside when it's like fun to enjoy things. Like, for example, if you have a friend who golfs.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Because then it's so wet and squishy. You can do it, but it's that's not what you want. We got Niznansky tomorrow. We'll have to break him down on that in terms of how much rain. I mean, we're talking more than an inch over that 24 hours. That's a good amount of rain.
That's good rainfall right there.
But, well, they say April showers bring May flowers. I don't know about March. Just nasty.
More snow later, probably.
More snow later, yes. Nothing like a cold rain. 8:57, WTMJ's Political Power Hour up next.
These are your business headlines.